And welcome everybody. How's it going? Remove the
Hello.
banners. Remove the streaming. I always keep that shit for a long time. This is your host, Evil Creams. I have my guest here, Mrs. Sleepy E. In the house, the creams and the sleeps and the zoom zaps and the whoop zaps. So yeah, we had 2 people watching. Jesus Christ, already 2 comments. It's control paste, eating paste. I always say control paste. Hi, CP. Oh, hi, Mark. I did not hit her. I did not. It is bullshit. Sleepy E. Sleepy E.
I'm not.
What is I'm hearing that you were hanging with doxers? What is this I hear that you... What? Are we hanging with Volp now? No, Volp and CPE have been friends
You ain't the
for
boss
a long
of us,
time.
Tony.
A long time. A long
No. Well, no, it's just everything's open now. It's an open free market, and I'm just being free and not being judgmental. And obviously, I don't know much about what people have done and who people are as well. So I will learn as I go on as well. I'm going to be wary, but I also am willing. I want to learn and I want to be open-minded. So.
Oh, alt account one stream. I don't think if you if you say your address online and your name, I don't think it's doxing. It's like when I say, remember that retard Dean TV? He say like, evil is. I'm gonna call him Ed. You call me Ed because I say call me Eduardo, idiot. So it's like, it's like I'm doxing myself, but Dean enjoys that.
I appreciate alt account's work. I really what I've seen of his stuff. I'm like, yeah, I like that stuff. It's funny.
Alt account is the new blood that we needed for this thing. Just like when people saw 2.5 years ago, Uyamiko and me, like the rebels.
It's got that vibe.
This is the new shit.
Yeah, the new sound, a little bit like
we need these people to.
Yeah, what do we want? We were talking about it, wasn't it? Like lemonade. Please
should give out the best doxer award.
Well, there's plenty about these days.
Welcome.
Yeah, I can imagine it. But it's in an ideal world, anything can happen, can't it? So. It's just.
Tommy say he get away saying that that being without account is doxing, right? Because he uses people to intimidate people. Is doxing by definition. Doesn't matter how he got out. Okay.
Well, fair enough. I know.
Good enough. But I don't give a fuck. It's like
I enjoy what I've seen of his stuff, but I didn't see that stuff because when that all happened, that was when that all started with me with them. So I missed all that.
This woman maybe have some more explaining to do, Lucy, but I don't give a shit. For me, everybody's game. I have said since the beginning. The Darius versus Slotham thing was two grown-ups throwing shit at each other. We should just be watching them eating popcorn.
It's like that thing, isn't it?
Nobody needs suck-ups.
No, that's it. It's not about like testing people's loyalty or marking it off against some stupid idiot's fucking judgment who has nothing to do with the person involved. It's like, I feel so confident in the fact that like we all came from the mothership that was Darius, and we all support him. So it's like, well, I can speak for myself, but like in my situation, so I just think, well, why not just like take on other people's art and have a look at what they have to do and things like that. And yeah, you might be putting yourself at risk with certain people, but that's the risk that you're taking. But at least we're having communication with people, we're opening dialogues with people, and people can have the chance to prove themselves or disprove themselves, us included, you know, in the great scheme. Or what's the alternative? To all shut down and become various different cults that don't talk to each other, and one person says, oh, well, that person, you're not allowed to talk to that person because that person talks to that person, and then, you know, we end up where we were before with all these idiots.
We're not going to become a Big Read 2.0, like, no Herbie Derby. No,
yeah, we'll do it slightly. We'll do the live version.
We don't do that here.
We're not doing cult
live. This is an open space. This has always been no man's land. I'm glad that Tony is giving his opinion. Exactly.
Yeah, totally. You know, this is what it's all about. Yeah.
Tony's probably right, but I'm gonna hang out with them because I think it's a great expression what they're doing right now, and the way they're doing it.
Salud, Senor Carla, Senora Carla,
Senor Antonio. Oh, that because the Tony. Tony's short for Antonio. Antoinette. Maybe he's Antoinette. The frog doesn't abide. I'll miss the Herbies and the Derbies. Oh, we're losing the frog. Well, who else left today? We got another. Oh, Broken.
Oh yeah, Broken's. Yeah.
Broken was like Mr. Burns, like Homer crawling. So I see you came back crawling. Because Broken Dreams went to the fucking Albert Menendez comment section like, I'm tired of evil streams. Like, and of course Albert, because his army is just not even a platoon, not even a squad, not even nothing anymore. Like it's just the Three Stooges, basically. That's his army. So because he's losing people over day after day. It's like, yeah, come back, my son, come back, my Broken Dreams. Like, suck on my Cuban TV.
Well, you know, fair enough though, because we'd be welcoming back to anyone who wanted to come back as well. So you can't knock him for that, really, I suppose.
I'm not home yet. Yeah. No, you're Tony. Yeah, whenever you want, you know that. Yeah, I'll understand if you don't want to come here anymore. Nobody's pointing a gun, but I'm not doing that. I'm not going with that D-Read thing. Like, no people like this. No. Everybody come here and let's join. And
I think the point is that nothing's ever set in stone, and it's just kind of like
it's just the way, because if you're like, oh, Alta County's here, I'm never coming back to this. It's like when Bob was here and everybody knew how Bob behaved. I still remember all of you guys coming into my chat, and we knew people were like known doubters or no people like and. You guys still enjoy this place because you know it was an open forum. The reason Bob was blocked on the previous account was because he wanted to post videos of kids, and that's what I say. It's a no. Keep on pressing me, and I'm gonna ban you. He kept on pressing, and I banned him. That was simple as that. There's no matter. Mm-hmm. But all the time we have people here that we know not everybody likes what the other people are doing. I'm pretty sure. 2 months ago, Carla and the frog didn't see eye to eye, you know. Like
oh, definitely. There's also, and my thing with various ups and downs with people.
Yeah, we have ups and downs with all this. But
that was the whole point of Darius of being in that Darius chat and in those comments was that everybody had really different opinions, but they backed him up in different ways. And there was just the thing that everyone had in common up to a point was like the level of quality was high. And so but everyone was like really different in their extremism. And it was just an amazing melting pot. And so like it's a similar vibe is what I've seen with this, and what I saw with some of Carl's stuff from his video today, where he was kind of casting judgment on people. And fair enough, like he's got his opinion and whatever, and I'm sure he's got his reasons. But it just got to me thinking like, oh, is this where we've got to now? This is literally all of us, each individual person, casting their judgment.
Sorry. Sorry, was an accident. No, please don't lose your train.
No, but that's kind of my point, and it's just kind of like, and like I was saying, we were both saying earlier, we're just going to end up getting to the point at which it gets to, are we even going to get to that point where it's like lemonade on the Porch Pals? Like
exactly, we cannot be lemonade, dude. We cannot be eating scratchy lemonade. Yes, thanks. No. There has to be some fluidness. Always like. Even with pals, with friends, with alliances, with everything, it's like,
well, this is what I'm saying.
Otherwise, it's gonna be a sucky dead.
Exactly, but it was like very similar to when I was saying when we had my little proto thought earlier about how I saw a vague similarity with this, and how people are sort of, as I think it was Gen X was saying, clutching at pearls in some ways. But you've got like when the Amico crew, more Amico-based crew, joined up with the Darius people came in. And then they were all like, oh my God, you've got people like Volp. Oh no. And like couldn't hack that people had like a little bit of an edge to them or something, a bit of depth to them.
That's what Alt Account I feel is like. He has an edge, he has a depth.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing.
I wasn't going to react to any videos, but there's one video that I want to react later because it's only the audio. We don't have to show it, so we can listen to it. It's the first time I heard that dude. I already seen like a couple of things, but there was one day that I just came back from Alt Account. And Carla was still not cool with Alt Account by then, but he was like, good Lord, like what the hell? And I watched that video and I laughed my ass off. I watched a little bit before we started the stream, and I was laughing my ass off. We have to listen. That's the reaction that somebody is bringing something to the table, not just fucking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally. Yeah, and it's in that the sort of style that I like. So I'm gonna enjoy what I like watching, and I don't care what Albert thinks. I actually don't give a shit.
Especially if Albert doesn't like, I'm gonna take a look at that. Like that's how it works. Like, okay, if Albert doesn't like, it might work.
And I don't think anyone else should give a shit what Albert thinks either. And I don't mean that just because like there's this thing between me and Albert or whatever, or there was a thing between me and Albert. It's just like, come on, the reality of it is we are all adults. Everyone on here is like an artist of some form. It's whether you like that form of art or not. And there are political and ethical parts to it as well, which are all personal. But I do think that this is a time of opening up previous boundaries and opening up discussions that were always shut down. And that goes for everybody, because you can't do it. But like we were saying, you can't do it a light version of a cult. I don't know. This is where my justification.
Oh my God, 56K is here. Carl has more critical thinking capacity than Luis. No. Carl has a brain. That's the difference. Carl
not even
very smart individual. Smart in video game and geek knowledge, and smart in the way even to manipulate and things like that. Carl is a very smart individual. Luis just reacts. Luis is just like a fish that reacts and shits. And
if you put a torch on him, he like goes under a rock.
Has gay sex and glory holes. I mean, what?
That's it.
Can stand people with different views because they have no character or mental capacity. Look what happened to look what happened to Dean TV. A small example. We can go into that a little further later, but just a little reminder. What happened with Dean TV? He's surrounded for years with yes men, with people under 50 IQ capacity. So he's used to the second somebody like the frog asks politely a couple of questions and tumbles slightly his Jenga castle, he starts crying basically. Did you see the faces he was doing there?
Oh, it was a beautiful thing.
You cannot privatize that one.
Oh,
you're gonna have your faces there forever. Your reaction, you were crying. I could feel I could feel that the throat. When, you know when your throat is hurting because you want to cry. Unlike me, I cry when I want to cry. I cry. But these people who want to hold their cry, I could feel the pain in fucking his throat. Like he's making his face like an idiot. Oh my god, it was like a.
He was like a kid, like a little kid. He really is. I mean, the way he's gone off, like his responses to anything that I've said to him. I mean, I've gone stupid, childish with him to a point anyway, because it just got to that surreal level of humor with me that I just found it amusing. But like prior to that, like any response I was getting from him, it was literally like, wash your hands. And you're like, all right. That was like, what, 3 weeks ago or something? Have you literally got nothing else on me yet? Like, oh my God. And he just didn't realise that's kind of just defeating his argument. He comes into my comments just carrying on with that same thing. Even these days, it's just crazy. His responses are so lacking. I am quite surprised because he hid himself behind people who were kind of capable, you know, like up to a point of forming like decent comments and stuff.
That was hilarious. Again, we'll talk a little more deep later into that, but it was hilarious. One of the things it was like, no one used my name. Well, Tony never mentioned me, but he wanted to talk about me. Like Dean, I don't give a shit TV wanted to talk about me. So he was one of the funniest things. He said many things. The one I told you earlier, like it was like, so evil. It says like I was leeching in this community because I had no one you watching me. Well, the proof is in the numbers, dude. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Elaborate. Care to elaborate?
That's not what it's about.
10 seconds. My point is,
it's not just the views.
When he started and I visited his fucking
he was leeching his narcissistic supply.
He only had Courtney and Luis Perea for years as the only two people of 40K watching his streams. Only two commenters in the whole chat. There's nothing wrong with having just one people in your chat talking with you when you have 100 people or something, not 40K.
I didn't know it was that low.
That's the thing I've been saying, Dean. Okay. The next time you want to bring up that point of view, Leech, you remember that you had nobody watching you. That's when I say nobody. And you had two people watching. Nowadays, after 1 year, 2 years of you leeching, now you have 3 people watching you. Congratulations, you add one more to your fucking lame ass fucking streams. Even me and my fucking worst days at 3 a.m. starting my streams doing nothing but shitty games. I still had more people.
That's all he wants, though. He doesn't want a load of people.
Not that I care, but you care. He cares. He gives
I think. Well, he wouldn't mind it.
I only do. I think with him for fun. I want to put money in promotion. Yeah, you just don't want to save face with that stupid restaurant.
No, I believe he does it for fun at some level. No, I do because I think he needs it. It's like a psychological need for the validation.
He's the loneliest guy ever.
Yeah, so that's why he does it.
He has to go there. Let's say, yeah, you can say like, oh, you do the same. No, I do my stream and that's it. This guy, doesn't matter who's streaming, he goes there and sits there for 4 or 5 hours with these idiots, like even being quiet silently. This is like the saddest fucking thing in the world.
Because he's trying to control everybody.
If there are 5 streams of this Cheetah Man and Luis and D Reed and everything, he will go to each and every one of them for 5-6 hours. He's lonely. He cannot be with himself. That's the thing. He's a person cannot be alone. You can see immediately he's desperate. He watches my streams when nobody's else streaming. He watches my streams. The other day, I say that his beard looked like a car's pubic hair. I didn't use that, but you know what I mean. I was saying shit like that thing disgusting with the bacteria and everything. You know what happened? He fucking went and trimmed his beard. After I was saying like for 2 or 3 straight days about his fucking disgusting beard, he went there and trimmed his beard, and I was like, I check it. You can check it. I mean, I can show you how I was like, oh my God, this guy really watches everything because otherwise, how does he know everything I do?
No, I see it. It's so weird. Like,
he watches this thing
with stuff I say, and they say they don't watch my videos. They do.
Use this for your clip, pendejo. Okay, we're missing a lot of chat, baby. We had 9 people. Sorry, guys. We are not ignoring you. It's kind of complicated to bring it. Adam Wilson, just very brief. Adam Wilson says, CP, what happened with the U.S. Justice? I'm still not sure. Everything is fixed now. They talk it out. They were having just a difference of opinions, and they talk it out. Everything is cool now. That's to keep the story short. Let's not go why the beginning of the Adam and Eve.
Just want to say, I think we're good. As far as I know, I think.
Yeah, I know for a fact that you guys are fine. Mm-hmm. I saw the comments.
It's been really good to reconnect with him, to be fair, and it just took a bit of time. It was a bit of a misunderstanding, and I think that we both had things that we could have possibly done better with communication wise. But it's just one of them things, and yeah.
I gotta get a beer. You had the floor. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, right. Well, I best have a look at the chat then, hadn't I? So the last time I did it, I turned the sound on by accident, so that's no good. Any Miko news? You need to go back and listen. Not really. It's just normal stuff. Just bitching about Dean, standard stuff. What did we discuss? I think we haven't really got into Dean yet in full, Tommy. I'd like to go into that a little bit more in depth. Lewis and I are playing Minecraft tonight. Robbie, are you joking? Oh, right, yeah, we're all adults. Well, yeah, maybe not all of us. What is this about? Lewis playing Minecraft? What? No, you're joking. You must be. You're getting me thinking that'd just be the most ridiculous. That'd be amazing if that happened. The old Shitecraft. Yeah. Well, I don't know what else. I've got some things on the list that I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about. I'll have to get something up because I don't really know that much about it. I was going to talk about. Oh. I see, Robbie. I had the pleasure of meeting him at a charity function once, and he was very pleasant young man. Yes. Talk about gardening. Well, okay. I was going to talk about norming, storming, and performing, and what you see is what you get. That's what I was going to talk about.
Your kids ever leave silly potty on the carpets?
Yeah, in the old.
Your kids ever leave silly potty?
In the old house. That's why we ain't got a carpet in this house. Just got laminate flooring for that reason, and other reasons, other things that get left on the floor.
Talk about gardening. This woman knows her fucking gardening shit,
Been planting some
finger. Like apparently working with soil, it's a horrible thing because Mr. Albert is a snob and his family is like, oh, disgusting people.
It's just funny.
Campesinos, oh my god, farmers, disgusting. Fucking Albert, communist pig. Hey Albert, you know what we did with commies when they came here? We killed them all. You guys suck their cocks. You're a fucking cock. That's why you like to police comments and comment sections. Because you're a communist, close to Nazi, motherfucker.
Communist. Well.
Sorry for doing
on that note, yes.
Go back to Play-Doh.
I was planting some French beans today. Some French runner beans. And I was weeding, and I weeded out a load of tiny little marigolds. So I put them in a pot and I'm going to replant them.
Robbie, do you know that I'm smoking and you're like, I'm dying. Luis and I have been best friends. Many one of my little pony microservice, and we gave BFFs instantly.
Well, why not? Like, how could you not?
Oh my god! I knew that since you know how I met Robbie on a Glory Hall. No, I'm kidding. I met Robbie on when he made he showcased
really
a video game that had like Tony TGD. on the comments. It was a hack of a fucking shooting game. It was pretty cool, pretty mind blowing. It was like, who the fuck is this guy and what is this game? It was TGD versus Talarico on the dialogue, like classical anime shoot 'em ups that has dialogue. It has some story and Herbie the Bab. Good beer. What are you eating?
I'm drinking Rossini beer, Rossini lager.
Rossini.
Which is the one that you get from Aldi. But it was on like a special offer. It was good. It's not bad. It's all right.
How much?
It was like 12 quid for like 12 bottles. So it's like a quid a bottle. And
what's a quid? Like $1?
Yeah.
Like $1?
Yeah. But I don't know what the exchange rate is, but like, yeah, basically the same, innit? Not far off.
Not too shabby, Trebek.
Yeah, and it tastes great. It tastes fine.
I can live with that.
It's all right. We'll be all right on that. It's all right, that.
Herbie Bab. Herbie Bab says, sorry, when I say sometimes it's not Herbie, sometimes it's Herbie Bab.
Yeah, I was just reading 56K's comment about how you got deleted. You got your comment deleted.
Why Luis be eating strawberries and talking with his mouth up? Oh,
God. I missed that. I missed that heat stream. I think I might download it and to watch back. I'm not sure.
I can't even imagine that shit. You mean Tony? One of Tony's.
No, I wouldn't go on it. Actually, that's right. I wouldn't watch it because I didn't want to give him the view. That's what it was.
Luis, the little my heart hit stream live comment. Really? Oh my God.
Oh, we went somewhere else anyway, didn't we? So that was it. That was that time.
We went somewhere. Yeah, now you had to go to that. The 20. I don't care. 72 stream episode 1 with alt account 1.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. The sad Tony TG is here.
Oh, it was such an oasis from going anywhere like that.
Tony's gonna say goodbye his last time here for what
don't do that.
For what I can tell.
Give me a second.
Well, at least it's Tony and not a dick pic. Every time I open somebody, I think it's gonna be just Luis or D Reed putting a dick pic.
I don't know. I think them days are over. I'm hoping they are.
Don't go, Tony. Come on. Come back. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get the
baby come back. But bye. But bye. Was it? I should know it. I will admit I was a clown for messing you around, but that doesn't mean that you have to leave town. Come
okay,
back.
I'm back. What happened? What
with
happened?
me, Bagger Sensei, and my CD collection of Bob Marley.
So Tony's back. Okay.
I don't know.
I'm here.
I think because the thing is unmuted. Okay. How's it going, man? How's it going? And why are you gonna miss us? Tell us the truth.
Well, I am a man of principle. I'm a man who stands by what he says, and I don't allow doxers on my channel. I can't control what happens on your channel. If there's doxers in your chat, it's not why I'm here. I'm not here to converse with the doxers, right? I'm here to converse with you and the people on the panel and the people I like in the chat, right? So I'm not going to hold it against you if you have people in there that I don't like or I don't know. But you went to Alt Account 1's stream from what I'm hearing, and you're not just lurking. You weren't just in there like, hey, you were essentially cheering him on, him and Slotham.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. That stream was awesome, man. That was something we need. It was like coming from the trees. I knew it was gonna be a long time, It was the fucking cheetah. You couldn't make 100 IQ points combined.
Those guys have been degrading our community fucking years in some ways.
Tony, just a reminder. I'm not gonna fight against you because you're a master debater. But you got Doshin writing shit about me. You see your comments. Every comment he's against me, he's saying stories about Evie and shit like that. And I always let it pass. A couple times. Now when I don't time him out because then the comments are deleted and you cannot see the evidence of how like Doshin. He's like all the time saying like, oh, I know Evil's name and this and that. Like it's like, oh no, I know he actively hasn't been doxing me. It's not the same thing, but we also weird people also hang around your streets.
It's about intent as well, isn't it? And I can't say that I know enough about the intent.
I'm not convincing you of the opposite, okay?
No, I'm just saying about where my point of view is with it.
I think not convincing Tony or
if it's done with malicious intent and over a period that's repetitive.
There are like annoying people like
and about politics.
But back to I don't want to. I know. Sorry, babe. I just finish. I want to say I don't want Tony to think that I'm deflecting his question.
Yeah.
I'll address the thing.
Quality of stuff.
Me being there. Yeah. Is there something else you had to add?
Okay. No, I just said it was just about quality, really. Sometimes.
Okay. So yeah, I was there, and I have always said between Darius and Zlatan are two grown-ups just saying shit at each other on YouTube. Everybody should grab popcorns, and I actually was disappointed at Darius. He should have stayed.
No, Darius had a lot.
No. Before the doxing, the doxing that was, but he had
Albert and all them running him into the ground.
Just go there and punch him back like Godzilla versus King Kong. It would have been awesome, but he chose to opt out just occasionally.
I don't blame him at all.
Yeah, I know you're a Darius fan, and I like him, but I wanted a good fight. I wanted the daily like he used to do back in the day 2 years ago with Over Stinks. Okay, Tony, sorry. I'm not going to waste your time. Yeah, I was there, and as I say, I enjoy both sides. I enjoy Zlatan a lot because I don't care about for the Darius thing because I like Darius and I have no issues with Darius. But the 19%, which is against the idiots that were attacking me for a year now, like Dean TV, D. Reed, Luis Pereira, and Albert Menendez. What is the coincidence that are the same idiots who were attacking me for a year that had issues with every single body around in this fucking place?
Yeah, exactly.
I enjoy those. Hammock Man enjoy those. We eat those with a popcorn every fucking day. And not a popcorn. Well, here, in third world, I just eat a popcorn.
And let's be right that we've had bloody Albert lining anyone who doesn't agree with anything that he says for like probably longer than we even give him credit for as a snake and lumping everybody together. So we've already got like a bit of a sort of what
Albert is worse than a snake.
Talking about here.
They used to get shit to the snakes because about the women. 3Frame make a comedy video about Afro Gamer's wife. This guy is calling people cons and even
lying
about like Evie is like, get the fuck out of here, Evie, from D-Reed, just to suck D-Reed's cock. And these people are extreme. So times have changed, and Alt Account is here to stay. And I'm going there all the time. This is fun, hilarious, and I'm great that he has a brain to be like, you know what? I include him even when people on the snake community they hate me. Tony, do you think I'm a snake? Do you think the snakes love me? They hate me. They dox me. They taking down my channels. The Alt Account is another motherfucker. It's different. That's what I like about him. I'm not pro the other idiots. I'm just pro. I see things case by case. And he was the one who put the 2772 in the map because he amplified it. Well, tough luck, My name is Eduardo Corrocho. Dean enjoys himself like, I call you Ed. Do you think if Dean had any information about me, he won't be praying, saying it left and right?
Oh, it was like when they tried to lie about.
Is Dean supposed to be a doctor and he's in your channel, Tony? He's a guest. Is Dean Doxer thing in question? Because there's a channel called Doxer and the Felons. So Dean TV is technically a doxer until proved innocent, or technically, whatever.
All right, you done filibustering? I'll take that as a yes. First off, there's, like I said to CPE a couple of weeks back when it came in regards to Bob, there's a level of escalation, right? That is acceptable. There's an acceptable level. If you call me a name, I call you a name. If you call me a name, I don't stab you. See what I'm saying here? Okay. Now, if Darius and Zlatan want to fight, if Darius and Zlatan want to dox each other, that's between Darius and Zlatan. Okay. Alt Account 1, Darius didn't even exist prior to any of this, right? Darius didn't make videos on Alt Account 1. Darius wasn't harassing Alt Account 1. Darius didn't do anything to Ulticott 1. And I don't even have any love for Darius, okay? But Ulticott 1 heard the information, put it out there, and doxed Darius 100%. And that is not acceptable. It's not acceptable. It'd be the same way if...
Okay, right. Can I just say, though, that night when I did my face reveal, I was perfectly prepared for that to come out that morning. I was perfectly prepared. I would not have blamed anybody who did that, because that's what happens. That happens. It's an accident. It's an unfortunate thing that happens. And I would say that Darius is probably like, wah, oh shit, I hope no one does anything with that. And someone did. And it's like I said to you a couple of weeks ago as well, when you said, well, what did Days do? And I said, well, Days came in and he didn't put his boots on when he went dancing in the fucking troll pit. And it's just one of them things. You know, like, and that's just my take on it. But as someone who has personally had something like that happen, and I just got away with it, and it was fucking hilarious in the end, because all those guys were flapping around like fish because they never saw it, and they were freaking out about it, making up all sorts of stories and saying that they'd seen it, when I knew for a fact they hadn't, because it would have been out. And I wouldn't have blamed anybody, because that's just what happens, like, in these sorts of environments. And I mean, you can, like, that's just personal preference, I suppose, and personal ethics. But, like, bleeding hell, how long are you going to go down the line for with something like that about someone else, on what someone else is thinking?
Tommy Uyamiko says, Tony, you said 22, blah, 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 right? Well, here's the thing, Tommy. Remember when I said that there's equal in escalation? Darius has insulted my personal life. He has brought in my personal life into the back and forth that we had. And so that is totally acceptable behavior, right? Again, if Darius had never said anything to me, if Darius had never acknowledged me, or he just said, hey, Tony's a shitty content creator, and that was the end of it, 100% what I did would have been wrong. The same way when Dean was on my stream and he brought in Carl's brother's name, so then I brought in Dean's grandma's name, right?
Right.
Because, again, that was to shut Dean up, because if Dean were to say, well, Tony, you just doxed my grandma.
Well, that's just your rules.
Hold on. If Dean would have told me, would turn around and said, hey, Tony, you just doxed my grandma. Well, then I would have said, well, then what you just did was doxing, right? So he couldn't admit that what he was doing was doxing. So he had to just shut up and sit there and take it. You see, that I was proving a point. Again, equal escalation.
That's true, Tony. Can I say something very fast before I forget? Because I'm a drunk and I'm mostly an idiot, but I had an old rule that I just remember. As long as they don't do it on my chat, I don't care what you do outside. You know, like that was something it was a year ago that I did that. I was like, okay, guys, I cannot control where you go, what you see, what you comment, what kind of comments you do. If you say Hell Hitler on a weird channel, I don't go and police what you do, you know. But you come here. If you don't dox, I say that very clear. I say, if you don't dox on my channel, I don't care who you are or what you do. That was a long time ago. I'll shut up and I'll let you continue.
I agree with that.
I say that. That's only on my side what I mean. Other than that, I respect
real life, isn't it? In real life, it's like you've got to just be the caretaker of your own area and your own sort of immediate family and stuff. And that's the only sort of area that you can really have any impact on anyway. Otherwise,
that's why I'm here, because, again, I do consider evil a friend. And I don't want to just disappear and be like, hey, where's Tony? Well, you know, and then people start talking rumors and why is Tony's not around. So I just wanted to make it real clear why I'm not going to be around, right? So we all know, because I do respect that. I do like him. So, you know, like I said, hey, do what you want. I'm not in control of you. I'm not telling you not to go. And I'm not saying, hey, choose between us. What was done is done, right? You can't take it back. You've crossed the Rubicon. There's no going back now, right?
Okay.
And I don't have plans to coming back of anything. Yes, like, that's okay. The dude is fine by me. Like you say, like, oh, if I fucking show my dick by accident and then Uyamiko himself tweets it, it's okay. It's like, oh, I fucked it up, you know. Like,
but if Uyamiko tweeted it, he'd have to magnify it by like 10 or 12 times just to make it visible. So.
Exactly, but he has the technology and he put some
AI, AI on it,
make it even bigger, so it kind of resembles like not a big clitoris as it really looks like.
All I'm saying is, look, what them guys do is what them guys do, right? I'm not going to go over there and be like, hey, you shouldn't be doxing Darius or you shouldn't be doing this, right? I don't care. I don't care what they do. I'm just not going to go over there and hang over there. And then if you go hang over there, you're going to bring people from there over towards me. And that's what I don't want to happen, right?
So well, no, that's just being like responsible for your area, though. You could just be like, I'll just make sure that I tighten up my, you observe that.
This will start an issue because I'll come here and then people will see me here and they'll be like, oh, we should go by Tony. And then they'll try to come by me. Then I'll have to ban them because I know that they're part of the doxer people. And then that's a whole.
So even if you go, I'm going to start promoting your channel daily. Like I will put the song, I'll put your thing, your day. What are you streaming today? Oh, I'll promote the heck out of you, brother. You know me, I'm a troll, even a friendly one. But this, you just gave me some really cool thing to do, like daily. But it's gonna be nice.
And 56K, I'm not saying they're doing something I don't like, right? This isn't like, oh,
it's a matter of principle, and I respect Tony, and I respect Tony. But Tony, that even you say like if they see me here, and that's the reason I'm not doing it because they will be like this guy Tony vouches for this guy who goes on Snake and those streams. I respect that, but I can still kind of and I respect that it's not gonna be the same because you can say, oh, this guy is just trolling me. But I'm gonna troll you.
I say
I'm saying that in the nicest way. I'm just gonna say, remember today.
I don't think it's a threat.
At 7 p.m. 35 this time, he's gonna stream wrestling. It's like because I'm gonna stream every day because of the people are attacking me unfair now, and I wanna show them I wanna be here every day streaming because I'm about to lose the channel again. And thank you everybody. Thank you Tony. Thank you. Thank you. I know that at least we can DM. Just because you're not here doesn't mean that Tony and I are not going to be friends or anything. Doesn't change anything,
I'm not
changes on the channel. This chat, I will still send him if I find some shit.
I don't think you should fear that.
I think I'm allowed to be on your chat. Am I allowed to be or you're going to have the no Herbie Derby's law on the pro?
No, remember at my streams, it's as long as you don't break TOS, you're fine to be in the chat.
I never break TOS.
Then there's no problem. Because again, I can't control what you do in other places, right? Unless you do something so egregious. Like if you're like, oh, it turns out that this guy pulled his wiener out in public and was like masturbating. Unless something like that happens, I'm really not gonna like ban you, right? And that's why like when Dachin comes in and he's talking shit, but it's only to that level, right? If he started
to a level. That's why I don't because it's just talking shit about somebody. Come on, it's the YouTube says we're grown up. That's kind of part of the. I was telling that to CP yesterday. Imagine how boring it would be if I get just 4 views and no interactions. I rather have this thing that we're going that nothing because otherwise, what's the point of being here?
Oh yeah, I totally get that.
I'll just jerk off all day watching porn and that no.
So what would be different from the
which I do.
And then some people were saying, why was Dean on the channel the other day? Well, he's a doxer, blah blah blah. Well, here's what happened, right? Remember, Thursday nights we do the whole neighborhood watch thing. I tag everybody I'm going to talk about gets tagged in there. It's open panel. If they want to come to defend themselves, they're allowed to, right? Doesn't matter because if I'm going to accuse you of something, I should allow you to defend yourself, right? I'm not just going to sit there and shit talk you. And then be like, well, you can't come on the panel, right? No, give you a chance to respond. Doesn't matter. If I'm shit talking Volpe and Volpe's like, I want to jump on, well, there you go. Jump on Volpe and we'll have it back and forth, right? You're not going to be on any other day of the week. Now, Dean got an exception because he was crying and they were all crying that I ended the stream before Dean's phone call ended.
That was ridiculous.
Okay, so spoiler alert, Dean's phone call went another 15 to 20 minutes after the stream ended because Dean stayed backstage by himself, mind you.
Oh my God.
On the phone.
That was so pathetic.
Wow.
Honestly, what a display that was. That was one of the most pathetic displays I've seen with him with that phone. I couldn't believe it.
You can say, hey girlfriend, let's say it's really what happened. Hey girlfriend, you know what? I forgot to call you. I'm just telling you, I'm in the middle of this. In half an hour, it'll be over, and we can talk. If you
just mute your mic and go in the other room.
Thank you so much. That's it. And I'm pretty sure if your girl is cool with you, she'll be like, I get it. You're always there, but this one is different. You tell him it's a little different, this one, because I'm defending myself. So, see, no, my body's getting roasted. So give me a moment, okay? I'll no. 4 fucking hours of his pantomime call, and occasionally open it so we hear the woman's voice. So it's like, yeah, it's not you prolonging the conversation. That could be talked the next day. No, it was so obvious that it was hilarious.
It was hilarious. What was more hilarious to me was after I was done dressing down Lewis, and I said, I'm done with you. Sit there. He sat there for like 20 in silence. They didn't offer anything. I was talking. I was like, this Dean did this and this, right? He didn't jump in and say, well, no, Dean didn't do that, or Dean's on a phone call. Wait till Dean. He just sat there for 20 minutes on the street.
You got your dad voice out on him.
Yeah. I'm not bearing evil 50 deep. No, I'm just saying,
I do want to say
he's going down a road. I can't follow him.
That one where you got him to basically admit that he struck Evil's channel. That one, I had to say when I actually spoke to you, I want to say that was masterful, and I was like, I saw like it was like a spider with a fly. It was a beautiful thing to see. Well done on that one. GG's to you, man. That was well done. Yeah.
That's why if you listen to whenever I'm talking to somebody in a heated manner like that, I ask a very specific question that I already know the answer to. I just want them to say something so they're on record. Okay, that's what he said. All right, that's what you said, Lewis. Let's play the tape. You sure you want to keep going? Let's play the tape again. You want to double down again? Let's play it again. Because I already knew. I knew where it was going.
He is predictable as well, so he is, I suppose, if you know enough about
play the tape. Oh, I remember this stream correctly. Oh, my memory is fuzzy. Everything in the lapse of 30 seconds, like, oh my God, really, Lewis? That's what happened with Lewis, and they're surrounded for yes men, idiot people for years. So when somebody literally moves slightly their Jenga castle, boom! Look what Tony did. He was polite. He wasn't attacking them, anything at all, being aggressive. He was the softest Kermit's voice ever. And you destroy them. I know you're not gonna come back. I understand that. Don't worry. But I just want to say that because it's the truth. We were for laughing about it backstage, like on DMs, on conversations. Those streams, those 2 streams were legendary.
Yes.
Private chats have been talking about them left and right. It was fucking awesome.
Well, why in private? I looked the next day. I was like, where's everybody talking about it? No one. Is that all in private?
Oh my God, everything was. I'm pretty sure I don't do Discord.
What do you do with Cole?
I'm pretty sure it was on Discord. And I can tell you the DM chats that you're not part of.
That's what I'm saying.
We're dynamite. Like, but if you were there, we wouldn't be talking that way about you, like positive or negative. So we need to have those. And it was like a party. Like, oh my God, what the fuck is happening? Like carnival.
Well, hold on. Let me see if I can share this with you, Evil, real quick.
Dean left Louis' carcass to rot and be eaten by the maggots. Dean didn't even bother to pick up the pieces, just played stupid. It was a spineless move.
That's all he knows how to do is play stupid. It's crazy.
Face of tears with joy.
All right, let me see if I can share this with you, Evil, real quick.
You can,
Tony,
let me remove.
Right.
I had some.
I just want to make a quick point about what you said earlier about people being.
Now you can share. Now you can share. Yes, sorry.
I'm not trying to convince you otherwise, but I am just going to. I just want to raise a point, which is, do you not think that the ones that are really unhinged, like the really unhinged ones, haven't already been and done that and tried that with you anyway because they're already unhinged, and the other ones are like people with just a priority difference, for good or bad or whatever judgment you want to make on that. They are just people with a priority difference. It doesn't mean that they necessarily are going to act like Jason or people like that, and that's all I was just going to say. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean that those people are going to be that much of a nuisance. Even if people did go sniffing about who were a bit of a nuisance, you could deal with them pretty easily, I'd imagine. They're not going to be as bad as what happened with Darius.
Yeah, well, it's not just me, right? I got to protect all the people on my panel, my guys, people in my chat.
I suppose.
But anyway, so what happened was, because I'm always 2 steps ahead of everybody, right? I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but so after the stream ended, that was the phone call stream. I said, "Okay, guys, I'm leaving," and I removed myself from the panel, but I didn't close the window because I wanted to see if Lewis and Dean were going to talk. But instead, Lewis left. Wisp ends up leaving a couple minutes. Dean stays there.
Wow, Lewis left.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Because right after it ended, Lewis left, and these are the only 2 that are left.
Lewis went to cry on his huge pillar.
Yeah. This is post stream.
Faces of woe. Look at this sad face. It's happening.
He's still muted, so there's no sound.
Oh my god. Look at his face. He's just trying to cope there, isn't he?
But like, baby, they just buried Lewis. Just killed him right in front of me.
He's not. He's just trying to think about you can see there, he's just trying to focus. He's looking forward, planning the day or something, just to try and not think about the whole of everything falling about. You can see his whole face falling away like sand. And his whole reality is just falling away from him. But he's like going, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to do this. And then got this to do. Like thinking about shit that he can just focus on. To hide from the pain.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Lewis just got buried. He's old man. He's old man.
Look at that face. That's funny as fuck.
Yeah, so this goes on for 15 minutes.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, Dean calling Lewis deformed. That was mental. I saw that on Gen X's thing today because I didn't see that bit. That's crazy.
Yeah, he said he got a deformed head or something like that.
So he had an actual deformity. It's like you're taking the piss out of someone with a deformity. Like what? Like these guys are so hypocritical for a start. Like just taking the piss out of anyone. I mean, they've made 3 weeks or something's worth out of arguments against me because I had a bit of soil under my nails.
I had to say something. I think this whole thing that I hang out with doctors and everything is just because fucking Tony's pissed about the rewind of DuckTales 2. Making shit that it's okay. Okay.
Do I look pissed?
What is
oh
this?
My God.
What are we watching?
Wow, look at that face. My God. That's a good one. Well spent.
Somebody, guys, you screenshot this because this thing is going to be privatized. This is going to be privatized.
Privatized? Oh, you're
but because I'm still on their remember, brother, I'm still on their attack. I had 2 hard fucking strikes and
I think he's realizing right now is when he realizes, wait a minute, that stream ended.
Oh my God.
God damn.
Oh, look, there's a real depth of that at the back of his eyes there, weren't there?
He's reading the chat now. He's like, what were they saying about me? Baby, they don't believe I'm on the phone.
Holy crap, that was beautiful. Those faces. If I thought already see his whole poker set, no, that dude really. I mean, I give him that. He has great expressions. You know, he could be an actor because if he can use that like on a House episode or whatever, fucking how Doctor movie thinks. Doctor, I have testicular cancer because of the steroids I took, right? Yeah. He can play that, yeah. I just wanted to look like the guy from the video game. Oh, my kid turned out to be black, and if I paint him, it will be racist. Okay, I'll shut up. Okay. I mean, what? Oh, I'll joke. 40 people watching when I do my stupid racist jokes.
No shit.
So yeah, but Evil, you're always free to come by and hang out. CPE.
Thank you, man. Also, everybody from the crew, like I know things have been weird with the whole thing that happened with Timber and everything. We kind of fixed it on time, but not really on time. I did pass out that day, and I think even the chat was telling me like maybe you should privatize this or something. And I was like, yeah, but. And then the next morning, I got the DMs from you and even Justy.
Oh man, guess who's watching you right now, Evil?
Who's watching me, man?
Dean. Hi, Dean.
Oh, is he? All right, Dean.
Yeah, because Dean he just texted me. He goes, see, this is what I mean. You get on stream saying you were trying to prove a point by saying my grandma named by shutting me up, and you didn't just say I didn't care. You don't have to lie. And none of y'all have girlfriends, so you don't know what it is to check in. I already told y'all she works. Tell Evil to play the me being racist stuff so I can quit watching.
He really is. My main interest with Dean now is trying to pinpoint exactly what year of school he was stunted at and what it was that did it. I'm saying between the 8 and 11-year-old. Something happened at that stage which has held him back because he doesn't operate on anything higher. Like, you don't know what a girlfriend is. Like, come on, after all this and the amount that people have thrown at you, Dean, come on, you've got to have something more than that. You've got dirty hands. Come on, you've got to have more than that.
And again, we all seen the stream. The stream's still up. The stream's still there. You can see exactly. When I say grandma's name, Dean gets a face. And I even say it doesn't feel good, right, Dean? I said, it makes you feel a certain kind of way. And that's why you shouldn't do that to people.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I called it 1 hour ago. Remember when I say this guy has no life? He's afraid. Forget the no life. We all have no life. I have no life. But he's afraid of being alone. That's the difference. Because I stream 2 hours a day. Yeah, that's true. And then that's it. I do whatever the fuck thing. I go out go.
It's not just that.
Watching, but this guy, no matter if there are 5 streams of 4 hours each day, he goes there and sit with idiots saying nothing inside 4 or 5 hours daily.
He's inside. He'll be like
in the morning, in the night, whenever he goes there, he cannot be alone. And when his cronies are not streaming, he goes to our streams to watch it, to hate watch for 3, 4, 5 hours.
It's not hate watching, it's ego watching.
His ego is like a falling down house. It's like a proper ramshackle falling down house.
I don't know if you were here when I said you didn't mention me at all on both streams. And when you asked him anything else, he was dying to talk about me. Like, oh, the leeching of
is that the real cheater,
man? The numbers and these. And
I can't tell because Evil took my wrench away.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Evil. Is that the real cheater, man? I have interest.
I don't know because we don't. It's like nobody.
You're the only one that can check, Evil.
Paternity test. No, because it's on the. No. Tony, you're right, but I'm on fucking goddamn StreamYards. I need to go to YouTube to open the checking. You know that you cannot do that on StreamYards. I cannot. StreamYards is horrible. You cannot. You have the thing to put this, in 1 second. But you cannot see if there's a real account, if it's a fake account.
Also, 4 seconds ago, Dean says, also, what's the point of showing the stream ending if all you see is me talk on the phone some more? That was great evidence. That was just to show you being an idiot.
Yeah, just to laugh at you, Dean. The thing is, the way I see it, Dean, is that most people have got like various degrees of ego issues, various degrees of things that you've picked up over life and things like that. Your house in various order. Hang on, let me finish this one. But Dean, yours is like a ramshackle old house, and you don't deal with it. You don't look at it. You're the equivalent of just like literally seeking oblivion one way or another, plugging yourself into the mainframe, whatever. So you don't have to think.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I just thought of something. If he's watching and he's interacting with me, who's on the stream, does that mean that Dean is Herbie Derbying it up? He can't hang around with no more?
But he'll be fucked, because my point was that he needs the scaffolding. His rickety old house actually does require having scaffolding on all four sides, and this is what we've seen. And as soon as that scaffolding gets taken away, he will crumble, and there is nothing, and he knows that, and that's why he can't be on his own, you see. Whereas most people, their houses aren't perfect, but they don't need scaffolding.
Yeah, well, that's why I told him on the stream. Then I said, Dean, what does it matter if some little YouTuber is talking about you, right? Like evil talking shit about Dean should in no way affect his channel, what people think of him, right? Nobody who likes Dean, quote unquote, is gonna listen to evil and be like, oh, you know what? Maybe I was wrong about that Dean character. Yeah.
What do you mean? Of course, it's a very powerful argument that he was put
Carla,
I thought this was Dean popping. I was like, oh man, he's.
If we see a dick, sorry guys, we're all grown ups, and it's gonna be privatized anyway. Okay, it's gonna be a dick.
Was it not Carla? Oh, it'll be
let me see. It's Carla.
It's Carla. Hey.
Well, I'll try it again.
How many times has this happened to you, Carla? When you've come on, it's like, no, it's gonna be a dick.
Well, because I have to check it, you know. Please don't interrupt what Tony was saying. That's gold.
Sorry.
I wasn't interrupting. I said what I said. That was the end of it.
Shit.
Dean's not allowed to Herbie Derby it up. I thought maybe Dean was popping in to plead his case.
That's what I said the other. How do you enforce the no Herbie Derby law unless you are watching Herbie Derby? Like, that's the most.
Hello.
Thing.
Hey,
there's the man.
Right.
Hey, Carlos
crying
right now says Carlos right now says
I'm crying because you guys are Herbie Derby and I'm crying.
For real, do you know that this is Tony last time in my channel? This is actually kind of fucked up.
Why?
I know I cannot convince him, but he's saying because I go to including you. We went to the alt account live stream. He said that we crossed a line by going to a Doxer stream, and that's including CP, you and me. We are now the bad guys. Are we the baddies?
No, I just said you're condoning the.
Yeah, baddies. I don't think he said we were baddies ever.
I'm joking. Are we the baddies? We all know that.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
We've got to be careful.
Don't be soft.
Allegations and defaming and.
Shout out to Sierra Ellie. Are we the baddies? Nah, I'm just kidding.
Don't be soft.
Don't be soft, Tony. Don't be soft. Stay. Come on. At least, okay. Here's the deal. Don't come to the chats, but come to these crazy panels and talk crazy things with us. It's like being in a Tarantino panel, and you can like.
I'll come in, but I'll use a different picture.
Be like a missionary.
Do a different picture. Yeah, okay. I'll have the perfect picture for you already, and just change your name to boobs are good or something like that. Okay. Okay. This is gonna be your next turn. Okay. But people will remember that old school one. No, you need something like this. Just put some boobs on a bikini. No face like this one. No face like it should be. Cousin Carla. Carla. I have seen that thing. What's the deal with calling Carla Carlos? Is that like an insult now? Oh shit!
It's okay. You can call me. Oh, you guys can call me Daddy as well, or
I think they call him. I think like they call him Cousin Carlos because like Carla is a girl's name and like he's not a girl and stuff, so they're confused.
No, Luis can call me Papi or something like that.
I don't know about that because like I saw a picture. I don't know. I saw a picture.
Second cousin as well.
Yeah, I saw like a picture and stuff, and I think that he already got a puppy. He kissed him on the.
We found a loophole, guys. Okay, Tony TGD. I'm saying it officially. It's no longer coming to this channel. Not in the comment sections and not even in the chat. But whatever somebody else, yeah, they're welcome. That's we found a loophole. Don't ever come to the chats, that I respect. But on our crazy kind of these panels, come Cousin Carlos, whoever you are.
Yeah, that's like what I'm saying. Like, cause like I like loopholes and stuff. Cause like Catholic girls, they don't like to have sex before they're married, but like they got like that poophole loophole. So like it's okay to go hit that back door.
Hey, Carl.
All right, guys. I gotta go. I'm gonna go wipe my tears with my CDs, rap CDs at that.
You can like see these nuts.
CDs nuts for $2.92 for $3.50. For only $3.50, we can see these nuts. That's a good one.
All
right, guys. Bye.
All right. Why are you putting your girlfriend's like boobs on the TV stuff?
It's good boobs. It's good the boobs. It gives. I learned it from the Metal Jesus.
I don't know if like anyone watched the Zlatan video today, but like his voice was cracking, like he finally hit puberty or some shit.
I haven't seen Zlatan for ages. Actually.
I haven't seen the latest. Yeah, sometimes I let it pass because it's basically the same. But I occasionally binge watch a couple. Yeah.
This one was like, it was pretty good because it was like a lot about Dean, and he kept just saying that.
Oh, is there stuff about Dean in there?
Ooh,
yeah. He was saying like that guy Tony, like my cousin, who was really cool and stuff, and then his voice was cracking like that. It was like really funny.
How do I put us back together?
How do I reach
this is not bad.
Station.
Boobs. I mean, what? 14 people watching because I put the boobs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All the count is here. Speaking of the devil, man.
Get him on the. Come on.
Come here, man. The man of the hour, Mr. Cousin Carlos, is.
Okay,
a
like
new guy also. No, I know it's not the debate of what happened earlier. No, this is a different thing.
Okay,
like new guy,
Dean TV, he's like confused and stuff. He sent me 2 question marks, and now he sent me like a bunch of like a picture.
It doesn't take much. It's confusing at all, and he acts it very quickly. It's his knee-jerk reaction. He's play stupid. You said it yourself.
So like he sent me this. I guess someone messaged him, and he said like he wasn't a snitch or something, but this is just weak AF. Letting a dude stab you and doing nothing about it. I would have stabbed both the other dude's legs and said his neck is next if he ever tries it again. Oh, he must be talking like when I told the story how I was at work and like a dude stabbed me in the leg. Because the dude's like was saying, oh, like he was making the motion, like I'm gonna stab you, and I was like, go ahead, do it, and then he did it, and I was like, fuck, he did it. But I was like, it didn't hurt or nothing. So
that shit happens, doesn't it, at work sometimes? Yeah,
it was like a little stab. Yeah. Wasn't like a knife.
You know what, Dean? Sometimes people shit just happens. It's just humanity. You don't have to be the fucking judge, jury, and executioner of everyone because you just wouldn't do anything to him. You just bitch about him in the office at work to some woman who you're friends with.
Okay, so like here's another one. Like he that's literally what it says. It says like here's another one about Kermit. Him and who he reckons now is his son. Quote, Sideshow Max? No, it's Sidekick Max. Sidekick Max. That's my
Sideshow Max. That's a difference.
That's a different one. That's like Krusty's new like sidekick.
Exactly.
They were the only one streaming. I was the only person there, I think. Maybe like one other person. That was like around 3 years ago at the start of COVID times. And Max said Kermit used to mistreat him, and Kermit said, "Yeah, but we don't talk about that." Yeah, that's called like a joke and stuff because like me and the kid are cool, and like we make jokes. And I'm better now, though, aren't I, Max? And Max said, "Yeah, but you used to just ignore me all the time when I was a little kid and just play video games instead." Well, yeah, well, like he was little. What can I do with a little kid? You can't play video games with a little kid. So I don't know, like was he trying to like prove or something? But it's okay because when Psychic Max was like little, like I'm the only one who watched him, and like that's why his mom don't got custodies and stuff. And that's why my cousin, he got custody. So I don't know. Sounds kind of weak. I think like he's mad and stuff because they said he like shouldn't have put that thing on the YouTube with him and making the kid cry.
I'm not seeing it on here.
I see Evil in the chat. It says no rush. You were the talk.
So is Dean in the chat?
Oh,
Dean's DMing me.
Dean's so he daren't even come in the chat. Because
Alt account will join in a little bit because he just got home, and I say, "Don't worry, I just will say you were the talk." Like
no, but this is news though, isn't it? This is news that he won't even. This is Dean, who's always coming to everyone's comments, everyone's chat, but now he's too scared.
He don't want to like Herbie Derby because like then he can't go in like the read stream.
Oh my God! Is it really that?
No, it's that he's a coward. There was a time when I was. Cool
I can't believe it.
Let me tell you a really fast.
We live in interesting times.
When Dean recently beach blocked us, like we and me, I went to fucking when I lost the channel, I went to Luis and say, dude, I have no beef with you, man. I don't care what Dean says and everything. We both have thrown shit at each other, but I want to be make pieces, okay? And he said, yeah. Oh, dog shit's Nubin. Yeah, dog shit Nubin. Yeah, like I'm gonna open this fucking account.
Jeez.
It's called dog shit Nubin.
And it sounds like a.
And it says that it's actually Doshin Nubin. Right on the comment section, and then we talk, Doshin, because you are unblocked. I think maybe I keep him blocked. If he's blocked, he could not be coming here, right?
Yeah, I know. When I said I blocked him, it was for me personally. I've never done that.
Well, it's blocked from also this.
I've never done it.
What was I saying? Something important.
You're saying for me to ask like how come Dean's girlfriend does heroin and stuff?
No, that's Uyamiko.
Oh, that's oh sorry.
How much is the profit because it's selling here like Beam TV?
I don't know. It's like weird and stuff.
I think Dean gets off lightly because most of the time we're pretty stoned when we're having a go at him. So that's why you and Gen X are important because you remember. So like we'll get halfway through roasting him and just forget what we're doing. And
no, like I was telling Finbar the other day, like when I start talking and like when I get into roast mode, like my eyes roll back.
I agree, Tommy.
But I don't think it's even. If it was Doshin, I would let him be. But I think Doshin is still blocked. I unblocked a lot of people, but I don't think the real Doshin was unblocked.
I don't see the point in Doshin coming over here, but that's for him to decide, isn't it?
He can barely speak, so yeah.
That's it. It's his own choice. You know what I mean?
No, the Doshin is blocked. This is a fake one. That's a fake one. Yeah. It's a fake, Doshin.
It happens,
So yeah, I'm not gonna. This is gonna be the dick pic. Yeah.
I never got to actually hear Doshin on that Heat Stream panel because I went on for like 2 seconds before alt count started, and then it was like didn't even hear him say his thing, but I just knew he was so proud, so happy to be going on that panel. And obviously, it just was not the savior that they wanted him to be.
You know what's like really funny? Albert like made like 3 videos or something, and he didn't like address the point that my cousin Tony said when he showed that Dean has donation links on his videos and stuff, and he used to be like an e-beggar.
Donations, and he make just recently. There's a video that says Uyamiko is an e-beggar.
Yeah.
So is your fucking nobody who has 3 people watching his streams. 3 people. Like.
It's not just Albert, it's D. Reed. Like those are guys with very strong ethics who come from the anti-e-begging community, like very strong. I'd say D-Reed even in some ways stronger than Albert, because Albert is just reactionary and really just aggressive, whereas D-Reed seems to actually, his stuff does come from a point, he does have ethics. You know what I mean? He has his own ethics. I think he's been sort of, from what I've seen about D-Reed, he's just kind of been waylaid by these guys. I think deep down, when he's not acting like an idiot because he's hanging around with idiots, I think he will actually stick to his ethics and stuff, whether we agree with his ethics or not, you know. But I think with the rest of them, their ethics are just out of the window. Absolutely.
You know who I was like disappointed with the other day, Evil?
Who?
Gary. Remember Gary? He used to like come on my cousin's streams and stuff.
Yeah, fire alarm Gary.
I was thinking about him the other day. I was touching myself. I mean, what?
well, he like made a tweet and like was talking smack about mint salad, and I was like, that's not cool.
Who's talking about mint salad? Something bad?
Yeah, Gary.
He doesn't like mint salad?
Apparently, he said, because she like put a video where she like shaking her titties and stuff, and he's like, oh, her father must be proud. I'm glad I skipped like the stream that she was on. I was
what? Dude, he's a super stoner. Tits are the most beautiful thing in the world. Alta Count is here. Okay. Tony's Tony has left us, but we have cousin Carlos in behalf sometimes of Tony. How you doing, Alt?
I also have to leave. It's not related to like Alta Count.
I know it's not. But I know cousin Carlos. Thanks for being here.
Take it
I also have to pee very soon, but I want to check out the count's sound so I can.
Hey guys, I'm doing well.
Okay, great. Okay, I want to. Thank you for talking because I can. As you know, you can put the mic of the guests a little lower, higher. So I want to put you higher.
Yeah, it's all right.
I was not sucking your cock, man. But man, I was going to the only stream. I'm under attack, so I'm not putting videos as usual. In case you probably saw me in the past, I put videos all the time, but now I'm just putting like a very economical, just so we don't get like false strikes. My point being that the only video I was gonna react to today, and I probably will, maybe while you're here, is the one that you are like. It's the 6-minute one when Carla was like, oh dear God, like this is, and that was when Carla was still like on the fence, let's say, with you, Alta Count. But
yeah.
So that video, when I watched it, I already watched your things and I liked them. But when I saw that one, I was like, oh, this is fucked up. This is, I love this shit, you know, like I'm a 90s, 80s kid, so I love it. Okay, sorry. Guys and gentlemen, Alta Count here, CP, sorry. I'm gonna pee. I'll give you guys a second.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So it was the real Doshin who wanted to come here because I unblocked him and it was him. Doshin, if you want to come in around 10 minutes, you're welcome. But for the time being, fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I feel like I just unblock you. But sorry, I'll be right back, guys.
So there's something I wanted to say because I really haven't watched the stream. I just jumped in, but I jumped a little bit earlier because I saw that you guys were talking about Dawson, and I figured that Tony was probably talking about me.
Oh,
and he just jumped off as soon as I come in because I'm ready to answer any question that he has.
I hope
that was cowardly as fuck. That was cowardly as fuck. The Tony the Frog can suck a fucking like
I
it.
Thought,
that was super cowardly. Even with his alt, I thought with his alt thing he was gonna say a little more. He jumped off as soon as he's like that was we were like as baffled as you, like, dude.
This is the thing that I was saying. It's all about opening the discussion lines, all about opening the dialogue and having this open forum. That's what we're all here for, is to communicate with each other. If we wanted to just not talk to each other, we could just not go on a stream and
go like and we gave him the reasons. You weren't here, but we can explain to you very fast. So Tony TGD was his last stream with us, motherfuckers. Okay? Because we crossed the line. He said it. It's on the stream. I'm not making anything up. I'm not making anything up. Maybe I'm being dramatic, but
no, that's what it was. No,
okay, my boobs may be too distracting. I'll change to something. more.
So
Maybe
I do want to explain slightly why I chose to do what I did, which is really what I wanted to discuss with him after before he became a coward and just ran away. So, first of all, what happened with Darius, the 2772, that wasn't really Dawson in my viewpoint because he said it himself.
Exactly.
For it to be Dawson, I have to go out of my way and grab information about him. I should have, if I was Dawson, I would have been going in other means to find that 2772. But that's not what I did. Darius said it in his own stream. So that is not Dawson. I'm doing exactly what he does because he's doing the same exact thing when he goes to other videos and he grabs information from other videos. So he's being a big hypocrite right now.
Okay, Tony, before you come, Tommy's come. CP, because alt account didn't say. Can you explain when you got yourself self-docs?
Yeah, well, I did it. Yeah,
just for all to understand why are we on his side?
Easter time.
Very briefly, and then I'm pretty
sure.
Yeah,
and so I just basically being a noob and just like showed my face by accident for a second, but it was a really sweet group of people who were on the chat, and no one who clipped it, if they did clip it, has shown it.
But you were prepared for somebody to.
I was well prepared for it, and I remember Evil when he woke up was like, "Oh no, like I can't believe that happened on my stream. I feel terrible." And I was like, "Don't, I'm fine with it. I'm absolutely fine with it. It happened. I've dealt with it. It's something that I'm just gonna have to deal with, and I'll be all right. It weren't that bad."
And sadly, if somebody would
where
put
you live
your face like on a sucking a donkey's balls, it will be that it's the shit that happens, Like we all like it. I also don't consider that when you provide the thing by fucking yourself. If right now I open my camera and say hello because I'm too drunk or anything, and people are like, "Oh, yeah, they're using Evil's face now," and he didn't mean to. Sorry, dude. It's a fucking YouTube says that's why I'm on alt account side. He didn't know it happened to CP out, so that's why we were like, and she was like, "Oh well, I fucked it up. It's here. If somebody was like fast enough to catch it." Yeah. It's fair game, And
all it did was add spice. All it did was add more interest and more funniness because those guys, like I said before, were just flapping around then and just going, "Oh, we haven't seen your picture, rah, rah, rah." And you're like, "No, you're not. You're just blatantly lying because I know you haven't seen it. Because if you had, there'd be a copy of it out on the internet right now. And there isn't one."
I saw it.
Oh, I know you saw it.
Is she beautiful?
Not then, I wasn't, no, because I was all disheveled.
You look like a spooked.
You ever see Raiders of the Lost Ark? where the guy opens up the Ark of the Covenant and then
it looked like that. It looked like I saw that thing because I was the only one.
That thing, yeah.
So I missed some of what Mr. Alt Account said because when I was switching from the YouTube to the StreamYards again. So if he would repeat what he said.
Of course. So what I was saying is that the 2772, that is something that Darius had said himself. So it really wasn't Dawson because I didn't go through any dark market means to find that information. That information was provided by him in his own channel, in his own stream. And it's very hypocrite of you to say that I'm Dawson Darius when you're doing the same thing. You're going into all of these channels and grabbing information to create your own viewpoint and your own content. And that's pretty much the same thing that I did. I only found the 2772. Let's make that clear. Everything else was done by other people.
Okay. So first, it doesn't matter where the information comes from, if it's public or private, or if you have to get it from a Facebook, or if you get it from the phone book, or if you get it from some secret dark web. It is personal information, and doxing would be using this personal information in order to intimidate, harass, or make somebody leave or do something, whether it's blackmail, like, "Oh, I'll put your information out there if you don't do X, Y, Z," right? Now, if you just said, "Hey, here's the stream," and you clip the stream and you just put it out there, and it just happened to be on there because you clipped the stream, that's not doxing. But your intent was that you put it out there and said, here's his address. He said it, guys. You dox his address. Everything that happens from From at that point forward, anything that happens from that incident is connected to you, whether you want to admit it or not. Legally, you're the catalyst for all the things that happened.
I just want to interject. Where does personal responsibility come into that? And when you're coming in from the anti-e-begging thing, the whole thing with that was the people taking personal responsibility for the influence that they're taking and having with what they were doing. So for me, it's a very similar parallel thing of like, you've got to take personal responsibility for your own safety online.
Well, here's the difference, CP. E-begging is not illegal. Harassing somebody is.
I didn't harass anyone, really. If I really wanted to harass Darius, I would have kept the address to myself and I would have found out more about it. I would have found out his apartment number. I would have found out more exact information.
Okay, so why did you put it out?
Considered dosing.
Why did you put it out?
That's not what I did.
Why did
be quiet. I'm speaking right now.
No. Why did you put it out?
No, be quiet. I'm speaking right now.
Yeah, and you're
let me finish and then you can say your piece.
Why did you put the information?
Shut your trap. I'm speaking right now.
Do you think yelling and
basically
saying,
all that I said was 2772, which I didn't even say myself? That's something that Darius said himself on his stream.
And then you put it all over your channel.
Darius does himself.
And then you put it all over your channel. Why?
All right, so let's start.
Why?
How did I came into this community?
Real easy question. Why?
No, I'm going to answer you why. That way you can understand my reasoning behind it.
I don't care your reasoning. I just want to know why. Why did you do it?
Because he's putting it out there. Let's be real. If Zlatan would have done the same thing, we know that everybody would have jumped on that. We know that Albert and all of those guys would have put out that information out there. So I didn't do anything that nobody else would have done.
If Zlatan's information comes out, it's wrong. It's wrong all the way around. Whether you do it, whether they do it, it doesn't matter who does it. It's still wrong. Wrong is wrong.
But if you put yourself out there and you're putting yourself publicly out there and you put the information out there yourself, yes, that is that part of it. I think we have to take personal responsibility.
No, because famous people have their information out there because they're famous, right? It's you buy a house, your information's out there in public. You're on IMDb. It doesn't matter whether you're famous or not. If you're out in public, then you're out in public, and no one's going to make that distinction whether you're famous or not. If you're just there to be looked at, then people are going to look at you. So if I run into Evil in public and I recognize his voice and I see what house he goes into, I'm allowed to just put his information out there because, well, he's in public.
Well, because that would be secretive. I mean, this was done.
That was secretive. He didn't want anybody to hear it. It was an accident.
Well, I know.
He didn't say, this is my address. He didn't go, here's my address, guys. Come fuck with me. Or you ain't going to do shit. No. Here's my address. He was talking on the phone.
Not. And obviously it was unfortunate what happened with it.
It was a private phone call that you guys happened to overhear because he forgot to mute his mic. And then you broadcast it everywhere, and this led to a series of events. In which
but what happened? No, but you got to look at it from this point of view, right? Okay, so I mean, I really support Darius and everything, but he was in a situation, he was in a place where you couldn't expect too much loyalty from a lot of those guys. They were like, there's so many different types of people, so many wild cards.
Again, this isn't about them, right?
No, but my point being is that you put yourself in that situation. And you put yourself hanging around with those sorts of guys, and you know that's.
What did I tell Dean the other night? Right, it doesn't matter. Snitching is snitching. Whether it's to save your own ass or because you don't agree with something, it's still snitching, right? You can't make this distinction, right? Doxing is doxing. He got doxed. You doxed him. Aldecott 1 put his information out. That doxed him, and then they further doxed him even more. Right, and it's still wrong. It doesn't matter if you like Darius.
No, I don't like Darius. I totally disagree with that. I totally do because I think doxing actually does.
You don't have to agree with me. Here's the thing. Here's the great part about it. Doxing has a legal definition, and what he did was the legal definition of doxing. So it doesn't matter what you think.
No, because he didn't
or what anyone cares.
Information out there, though. He wasn't.
It doesn't matter how the information's out there. Any use of personal information to harass, to intimidate, or to try to blackmail or coerce someone is doxing.
Well, I don't know. I didn't hear that. But it wasn't Aldecott who did that, though.
Aldecott took the information and then blasted it publicly.
How did I harass him or did any of those things when I put out the information? Did I say at any point, go ahead and attack Darius? I never said that. All I did was put the information out there that Darius put out himself.
Did Darius put it out there? So Darius came on YouTube and said, here's my information.
Pretty much, yeah.
No,
He
no,
didn't
not
say
pretty
those
much.
exact words.
Hold on. It's not pretty much. It's either yes or no. There's no pretty much.
he
There's
did.
no gray area. So
Yeah,
he put
he
it out.
did,
He said
He
If
was
you're
on
gonna put it
YouTube
like
and
that,
he
then
set
that's
out
what it does,
2772. So yes, he was on YouTube and he set out his information.
Did he mean it to go on YouTube?
No, but
He
that's
was
not
on
that's
YouTube.
no
He
one's
was there
fault
for
apart from.
hours, probably.
Did anyone mean anything? Like, you walk out.
CP. I love that you're interjecting, but I thought this was a conversation between me and Altcon One, because he's the one who did it, right? You didn't do it. And again, he didn't mean for anybody to hear that. He wasn't like, I don't care, and he picked up the phone and was talking. No, he thought he muted the mic, he fucked up. He did dox himself, but then you took it and broadcast it all over YouTube, further doxing him. Just because he made a stupid mistake doesn't mean you get to capitalize on it.
But I did. I mean, that's his fault.
Yeah, you did, and so you doxed him. That's exactly the point.
Mic. That is not my responsibility. I'm not his dad. If he wanted to go out there, if he was smart, if he had an ounce of brain, he would have muted his mic. But that's not what he did, and he's paying for it right now.
I agree.
Canada, he's gonna get some pizzas with no cheese and no tomato sauce. That's the most he's gonna have. Nobody knows.
That's not the point, Evil. It's not what's going to happen. The point and the principle that I'm standing on is that you doxed him, and that's it. End the story. Whether or not you think he deserved it, whether or not anything happens from it, whether or not you only went so far, you doxed him, and that's it. End the story. Now you might not agree with me. You might not like it. You might be upset that I said it.
I told you from the beginning. I'm not willing to convince you. I'm a smart person who likes to debate, but I'm not changing anybody's mind. But it's fun.
Look at 56K when he says it. Alt accounts, video and community posts prove his intention is nefarious, and he's paying for it right now. You wanted him. You put it out there because you wanted someone else to take that information and use it to get further information on Darius. Am I wrong or am I right about your intention?
Eating pay says Tony, you dogs Dean's relative on stream. You already explained that. Tony, you also.
Yeah,
that's not possible. So you gotta understand, it's the same thing that Albert is doing when he talks he's doing it for
Albert's bad.
And I did it the same way. Whenever I said that was for entertainment purposes as well.
No. What Albert does is bad too. Just because other people do bad things doesn't mean you can do bad things. That's not how society works.
No, it does not. But you gotta understand that sentence right there, whenever I said attack Albert and the others, that's for entertainment purposes.
Let me ask you this. What did Darius do to you?
And that's where I was going to start earlier. I was going to start talking about where I came from when you interrupted me. So can you shut your trap and let me go over that?
Did Darius
that way I can answer your question.
It's real simple. Did Darius dox you?
A few minutes ago, but you keep tracking. You keep talking. You have absolutely no respect for other people.
None.
If you ask me something, let me answer what
it's a simple question. It's a yes or no.
And I'm not going to answer. So shut your trap.
So we know the answer is no. Darius never doxed you because we don't know who you are. So your doxing of Darius isn't equal.
That's not what you asked. You asked what is my problem with Darius.
No, I did. I said, did Darius dox you? Did Darius do something to you?
No, he didn't.
So there you go. So there's no equal. There's no equal escalation.
So what you're saying is that my reaction should have been an eye for an eye. So I should have asked Darius if he actually does me first, which I did not even do. I just copied his address, which he said himself, and put it out in public.
No, I didn't say that. If he used family information, then you would use family information. What I literally said was he said Carl's brother's name. So then I said his grandma's name, knowing full well that his grandma had passed and there was nothing going to happen to the lady. Yeah, I did. In this instance, yes, I am a hypocrite. I did that to prove a point on stream and 100% admit it. And I'm not hiding from it.
So if you're being a hypocrite, what gives you the right to come after me? Because
no one's coming after you.
I never had an issue with you. I said it on my stream. I'm really not a fan of you, but I saw the job that you did with Luis and Dean, and that was very good job, very rich research and everything, which I admire. And that's pretty much what I did. I researched. Darius said something. I never does Darius. I just pointed out something that he has said himself.
And the thing that he said was personal information.
That's his own fault.
No one's saying it wasn't. No one's saying it's his fault. No one's saying it wasn't.
Right now. He should have known better of what's going to happen eventually.
I agree. 100% agree. He should have known better. He should have muted his mic. 100% agree. But that still doesn't give you the right to broadcast the information. Do you know CPE? I could have screenshotted her. I didn't. There's tons of information about a lot of people that I just don't talk because there's no point to it. Doxing somebody, you want something to happen. I know you don't want something. I don't want something to happen. But how many people have ended up getting swatted, huh? How many people have ended up in really bad situations because of this YouTube bullshit? Like I said, there's an escalation. If you think that Darius is an idiot and you want to critique what he's saying and prove that he doesn't know what he's talking about, go ahead. You want to call him names? No problem. But you want to start spreading his information. There's crazy people out there, actual legit crazy people in this world. And so putting his information out there is really like, oh, I hope nothing bad happens to him.
All right, so think about this. Think about this point of view. If I did not put out his information the way that I did, his stream would have still been up. So his information would have still been out there on his stream and on his channel.
Yeah. And if anyone else did it, they would be the one we would have the discussion with. If you didn't say anything and someone else found it and they did whatever they did, then it wouldn't be on you. Then we wouldn't be having this discussion. But you found it and then you broadcast it.
I just broadcast whatever he said.
Yeah, I mean, which was what again, you're trying to dance around the issue. What he said was personal information.
Right? Okay, and
if he said his social security number, if he was like, oh, here's my credit card number and read it out, would you have put that on the internet? Here's Darius's credit card number, guys.
Probably I would have. I mean, he's giving out that information on YouTube. Let's be honest. I mean, I did not go out of my way to find that information. I was on his stream and I received that information straight from the source.
Okay, hold on. You said you didn't go out of your way to find that information, but according to you, you had to crank up the volume in order to hear exactly what he said. So that means you heard something, and then you went back and kept cranking up the volume until you clearly heard the address. So that seems like you kind of went out of your way, just a little bit.
No, I didn't go out of my way. I was still on his stream. I didn't go to any other websites. I didn't find anyone else to find this information for me. He said,
"Do you normally crank up the volume?
Go out of my way.
You normally crank up the volume to obscene levels?"
I am right now, actually, because I can barely hear. So yeah,
I thought I was being loud. Evil, do you got me muted or something?
I actually cranked your microphone. I can put it even louder. You are now at 154. I can put it to 179. Let's see about that.
No, it's fine, guys. I just have some hearing issues, like a small hearing issue. That's why.
Because I put Tony earlier like a little louder because at the beginning he was low, but now he should be cool. Talk, Tony.
Eating Pace is saying cranking up the volume is not going out of your way. This wasn't cranking up the volume because he couldn't hear normal thing. Remember, Darius said this very, very low in the background because he didn't realize that his mic was still on. It barely caught it, right? So he had to crank it past normal levels. This wasn't like, oh shit, let me put it up. And again, he had walked away. He thought he wasn't at the mic. He thought the mic wasn't picking him up, right? So he wasn't talking obscenely loud. This wasn't normal streaming volume, right? So again, this was whether it was it wasn't a huge out of his way. He didn't go 7 miles out of his way, but he took a little turn. This was a little, hey, there's a pebble and I went around it.
Okay. Papi Evil's gonna talk.
Go ahead, Papi.
Dude. We've been doing this as humans since the Beatles and these kind of things. We crank the levels and listen to these hidden things and this little stuff and this little. When the people were watching a plane on the Braveheart thing and like, oh, these little details and shit that let's crank it to 11 and watch the shit. There's a lot of stuff. Or pause it and look at this error. And we've been doing this with media. And believe it or not, especially Darius Truxton, because whether we like it or not, we are all somehow Darius-centric. Even if you hate him, love him, whatever, in the middle, we have been converged for this kind of thing. So I don't get why the weirdness of the dude doing a stream and somebody saying like, wait, I hear some mini voice. What is this? Let's crank it up. Oh shit, is this? I'll put it out, baby. Because if Paul McCartney would be putting his fucking address while he was doing a fucking stupid song of people would have taken fucking up. And Tom Green, I come from the Tom Green guy. They put his friends' fucking phones like on the thing, the credit card thing. It's a Tom Green thing. It's like, okay, this is my friend's fucking my sidekick, the credit card, and people will be like doing, and he will fuck his life. That's kind of a fun thing to do. Like,
oh yeah, it's a fun thing to do. Just fuck people's lives.
It's a fun thing to do, man. It's the future. Welcome to the future, old man. No, I'm kidding.
Doxing is doxing. It's not right. Like I said, equal escalation, right?
I told you since the beginning an hour ago. I was never my point to convince you to anything. I knew what the thing is, and yeah, it is what it is.
I mean, he said that information, that is his own fault. I'm not responsible for the action that a grown man does.
You're responsible for your actions, right?
Exactly.
And what were your actions in this instance?
I clip his audio and I put it out there.
Okay. And what was your intention for that?
Don't you do that with videos?
Not now if there's personal information in it. Have you ever watched my videos? Probably
honestly, not. I cannot say anything bad about that because I really haven't seen your video. So I'm not going to sit out here and lie and accuse you. So I don't know if you have or haven't. But
I haven't. I go out of my way if there's personal information, whether it's someone's name or Facebook, and I hide it and I cover it up so they don't actually see who said it or what their information is. That's why people get mad at me when I say I have sources, and they're like, well, who are your sources? And I say, I'm not going to tell you my sources because that's personal information. They don't want to be named. That was one of the points of contention between myself and Darius, because he always claimed I had fake sources. And I said, well, I can't tell you who my sources is because they don't want to be named.
And that's completely understandable because they're providing you that information. They are our source. They did not went out on YouTube and gave it out themselves. So it's a completely different scenario.
But he didn't give it out. That's where we're having the issue.
He did. The only way that I heard that is by him giving it out.
He didn't give it out. See, you keep using that word. You keep using the word giving out. He didn't come out on YouTube and said, here is my address. If he went on YouTube and said, guys, here is my address. I'm not afraid of the snakes. And then you clipped it and then he regretted it and privated the stream, I would say he gave it out. That was him. He did it. But he didn't say it with the intention for people to hear him. He thought, and yes, he was wrong, and he screwed up, but he thought he was muted, and he didn't think people were hearing him. And when he realized, he privated the stream. Did he not?
No, he did not, actually. I think he finished the stream. And then eventually, once he finished the stream, that's when he privated it.
When he realized, right?
Yeah.
That's what I said. Those were the exact words I said. When he realized, then he privated the stream.
Yeah, he did that. And
again, eating paste, you're wrong. Because if I'm having a conversation at the park and you're listening in, and then you spread that information, that's still doxing, right? Just because he said something in a public space doesn't mean you have the right to share that information. That's where I think you guys are getting hung up with. Again, this is personal information and being used in a manner to either harass, intimidate, or to allow others to do so, right?
Can I just interject there with this one? Because it is a different environment and everyone has a different culture and a different place. And I'm sorry, Tony, but this was the way things were around this end of town for a really long time. And it was how things have always kind of been.
Well, you know, in the crack house, it's a crack
well, that's
addict.
Where you are.
Eat crack addict, right? But it's still illegal, right? If the police come in and start arresting people, well, no, we live in a crack house. You should just leave us alone. We're all crack addicts.
Well, no.
That's not how it works. Right?
In an anarchist sort of environment, then that's what it.
Well, we're not anarchists. We live in a society.
Well, we're living in your imposed.
Not my imposed. I didn't make the law. I didn't write the laws and go out there and I just abide by them, right?
Yeah, it's still doxing. Yeah, and it is still, and he still gave the information out, and then other people were the ones who harassed. But I'm not. It's just about technicalities, isn't it? But anyway, that's me done.
And I keep saying he didn't give it out because give is there's a connotation with that word, right? He said it, But again, he wasn't intending for people to hear. He didn't give it out. If I tell you my name is Tony, that's me giving it out, right? If I say, hey, Psychic Max, put Tony on the thing. Oh, shit, I didn't mute. That's not me giving it out. That's me saying something, not realizing you guys could hear me. See the difference there? And I know it's hard for some people to understand that, but it truly is a different situation between giving it freely and accidentally saying something that other people heard.
All right. Let me ask you this, Tony. Why don't you show yourself online on YouTube, just in general?
In general, because I don't have a webcam.
You really expect us to believe that?
I don't expect you to believe anything. That's what it is. I mean, you can go back to the stream I had with Dean, and I told him the same thing.
All right. So when people decide to go on YouTube and show themselves and speak for themselves, they have to assume some type of responsibility for what they say. And that's what's happening right now. Darius has to accept the responsibility for what he did. And it's not like a clip information of somebody that is a saint doing good things for the world. So let's keep that clear. Because Darius and all these issues with Darius and Slotan happened because Darius associated himself with some people that are just not the greatest people on earth. And he just got contaminated by that environment.
I understand most things, not everything. Like I said, I understand. I understand the environment. I understand all the ins and outs of what's going on and who's attacking who. I understand all of that. But that doesn't make it right. That's all I'm saying.
But at the end of the day, I never used that information myself to harass him or go after him.
Did you think that people were going to use it?
I just put it out there. If other people do that,
I'm sorry for interrupting. Tony, you say the wrong word. You say right. You know that this wrong or right thing is like the lowest common denominator. Come on, you are better than this. Don't use right. That doesn't make it right. That doesn't make it for you like aligned to your thing. So right or wrong is so subjective. Like
I don't think it's all subjective. I think there's certain things that we all can agree that is wrong.
Yeah, doing things to kids are bad things. That basically like it's one of those things that we all agree probably here. But like I'm saying like, oh my house is on 1, 2, 3, 4 Fake Street, and people start making a song about that because evil lives in 1, 2, 3, 4 Fake Street. Dude, it's my fucking bad, you know, like because I'm an idiot and I fucking put it out.
Again, it is your bad.
I put my dick and people put it on Twitter or whatever, forever. I fucked it up. And, you know,
again, it's your bad. It is your bad that you did it. You fucked up. You made a mistake. That's what you have to own. That you accidentally put it out there. That's what Darius has to own up, right? That he accidentally put it out there. That's his mistake. That's what he has to live with.
Your friend Smash says, "Get out of the kitchen."
That's not my friend. Smash got me blocked. I'm not even. He blocked me on Twitter.
I'm joking.
Again.
Okay, so sorry guys for interrupting. I just want to say that little.
When you put the information out on your thing, when you clipped it, you had to have known that people were going to take that information and use it for nefarious means.
I'm sorry. Say that again. I couldn't hear well what you said.
When you took that clip and you put it on your channel, you had to have known that people were going to use that for nefarious means. Correct?
Not necessarily.
So you didn't.
I mean, I'm not responsible for the actions of other people.
I'm not asking you to be. I'm not asking you to be responsible.
Okay, so when I put information out there, all that I did was just click some type of information that he let out himself, and I just put it out there. What other people do, that's their own business. It's not mine. I did not put out information promoting for something to happen.
That's not what I asked you.
At any point.
What I asked very clearly was, did you expect for people to take that information and use it for nefarious means?
I expected people to use the information the same way they do. I mean, don't they use also information from other people? Just spreading it out there. So basically what you're doing right now, you're defending the evil. The actual evil in the community, which is Albert Menendez and his crew.
I'm not defending anything. You're putting intentions and words in my mouth. I said from the beginning, what they do is wrong too. Both of you could be wrong. It's not mutually exclusive. It's not one person's wrong, the other person's right. You can both equally be wrong in this situation.
All right, let's put this into a morality type of perspective, because different people have different morals and different ethics. I think we can all agree with that. Now,
yeah,
if you have a really evil person, like somebody with a gun with intentions to do a mass murder situation, and then somebody shoots that person, is the person that shot the evil person responsible for the murder? Was he actually killing another person for bad purposes, or was he killing the other person to save everyone else? Because what you're doing right now, you're pretty much blaming the person that in a way took out the other person that was affecting a greater community.
So what you're essentially saying now, you've shifted your argument to that. You did in fact know that things were going to happen to Darius, but it's okay because he deserved it.
No, I didn't know that things were going to happen to Darius. I never said that.
But since they did, it doesn't matter.
I put out the information out there, and I basically took down the person that was damaging a greater community. That's all that I'm saying.
So you think two wrongs make a right?
Who says that what I did is wrong? All I did was clip the video. All that I did was clip the audio that he said. What is wrong with that?
Again, the audio that he said was personal information. I love how you keep trying to dance around that.
No,
the audio, the thing he said. Just say, I clipped him speaking about his personal information, and I put it out there knowing full well that other people in the community would take that information and use it in order to harass Darius. And again, I do not like Darius. I'm not Darius's friend. And no way am I defending any of the behavior that Darius has partaken in. All I'm saying is two wrongs do not make it right. What Albert does, what Darius does, what Slotham does, and spreading this personal information is not correct. Do you want to know why Slotham was so afraid when Gen X Gamer made his video about lawyers? Because Slotham's smart enough to know that if lawyers do get involved and fingers start getting pointed, all the stuff that he said, all the 27 blah, blah, blahs that he said on his streams and telling people that they can get food for this amount of money and promoting all that, that'll all be connected to him. And yes, he will be at fault and he will be held liable. If I go ahead and say, hey, you know what, on count one, you should probably take out that Dasha Nubin. He's a really bad guy. And then you kill Dasha Nubin, I am responsible for that. And the law will see that accordingly. When you say, hey, well, Tony told me that Dasha was a bad guy. He was a really mean person. So I had to do what was right.
Of course, I mean, you're talking about a scenario where...
Yeah, and so if something happens to Darius, God forbid something happens to Darius, whether someone drives by and breaks a window or he gets scared and ends up running into a pole and falls down a flight of stairs because he thought someone was chasing him, and it gets connected back to his address being leaked and then gets connected back to you.
So basically what you're saying, because what you're saying right now is so ridiculous. I mean, are you even thinking before you speak at this moment? So you're saying that I'm responsible for anything that happened to Darius to this point forward. That's what you're saying. And that's completely ridiculous and completely invalid. If Darius is on his bike and he falls down, that is not my fault.
No, that's not what I said. I didn't say if he stubbed his toe. Did I say if he stubbed his toe? Did I say, hey, if Darius gets a cold,
that's not my fault. And that's exactly what you say right now.
No, it's not. It's not what I said.
Yes,
what I said was anything
you say
connected.
That if he falls a flight of stairs, thinking that
because
it's my fault.
Again,
that
you're
is
missing.
So ridiculous.
Listen. I said if he falls down a flight of stairs because he thinks somebody's following him. See how there's more to the sentence? It's not just if he falls downstairs, period. No, I said if he falls downstairs because he thinks someone's following him because his address got leaked, then you would be responsible. Yes. Because it happened because his fear, his paranoia is driven by the fact that you put his information out there. Do you not understand this?
Yo, Tony, you're the biggest fraud. You're telling me you don't show yourself because you don't have a webcam? Are you stupid? You're the biggest fake out of them all. When you're over my Twitter page, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, we could hear you. You're going to complain again
when
about
he
it.
went over my
You didn't tell
Shut
people
the
that I
hell
won a
up, bro.
tournament. I
Shut
won
the
a
hell up,
tournament.
bro.
Oh my God.
On my Twitter,
I'm so
on my
cool.
Twitter, it says I won
that I
tournaments.
won a
You
tournament.
go over my whole Twitter page, skip that part to show your own narrative. That's how I knew you were a fake
How is that
in the
my own
first
narrative?
place.
Can I ask you a question, Slotham?
Now you asked why the hell did you not show yourself on screen or on YouTube? And your excuse is you don't have a webcam. Alt Account 1 was going to make a point there that once you show yourself on YouTube, you take the risk that whatever information you put out there, it's pretty much public access. And when you live stream something, you take the risk that whatever is heard on a live stream, no matter if the volume is lower or higher, it's public access. So if Darius Truxton is the one, that said 2772 is large apartment building, if he said the words 2772 large apartment building, and someone on Google want to search up 2772 large apartment building Hamilton, because we know he's from Hamilton, and he said it himself, he's from Hamilton, that doesn't cause it to be doxing, you idiot. Alt Account 1 was just vigilant and smart, and he paid attention.
Doxing.
No, it's not
personal
doxing,
information.
because he's the one. You know, he did it on a live stream. He said it on a live stream, and he knew the live stream was live. It's not our fault he put his mic on block. It's not our fault that he didn't mute his mic, idiot. He's on a live stream.
Are you not listening?
On a live stream, you take
Are you
the
not
risk.
listening?
When you're I don't need to listen to you because you're
exactly. You don't need to listen to the truth
because you're a liar and you're a fake. That's what you are. You've proven that every time you act smart when it's convenient and you act dumb when it's convenient. Example: why don't you show yourself on stream? You don't have a webcam. Dumb on convenient. That's what you do. So what I'm telling you, when you make a live stream, you take the risk with whatever is heard in the background, whatever is heard at any time during the live stream, it's public access. That's why people, when they live stream,
public access
they make
doesn't mean you could share it. It's still doxing.
No, of course, he clipped a part of his video.
You know what? We could call the police right now. How about we call somebody?
He said
call
repeat.
A lawyer.
He said repeat.
Let's call a lawyer. Let's call a lawyer.
He repeated exactly what he said on stream.
Let's call a lawyer.
He literally
Let's
said
call the police.
2772
How about that?
large apartment building. He said 2772 large apartment building, and then he said
let's call the police in Canada.
What he said. And if that information is out there, it's out there. That's just the way it is.
Let's ask him right now.
The way it is. If he says on a live stream,
let's ask him right now live. Come on, let's ask him live.
Apartment building. Shut your mouth and have a debate
Let's go.
with me.
Come on.
Instead of talking about police and lawyers. Take your lawyer and police
Come on.
elsewhere.
Because you know I'm fucking right.
Once you say 2772 on a live stream, it's public access, right? Because it's a live stream. You take the risk. You take the risk when you do a live stream. Whatever the hell you say and is heard in the background, that's his risk, no matter what. So he said it himself. The 4 digits.
Let's ask somebody. Let's ask somebody who's in charge.
The 4 digits 2772. They came out of Darius's mouth first. Him himself. It's his. He's an adult. He needs to be responsible. He takes a risk when live streaming.
And you take a risk when you take a risk when you repeat it.
When you take live streams, you take a risk. You gotta mute your mic when you need to mute your mic.
And when you repeat it, you take the risk.
Right? So then you heard right there 2772. So don't blame Alt Account because he just took what he said, repeated it, and said, "Look what he said." That's what he said. And then you're saying, "What's your intention?" Hey, your feelings don't matter, Tony. You don't get to dictate what other people's intentions are. You don't know me. You don't know anybody. All you do, Tony, you fraud, is whenever you're asked a question, you ask a question with another question. That's your way of deflecting. That doesn't work around here, right? Because you're just a fake piece of garbage. And I knew that from the second you tried to roast me because you skipped over the vital information and you just focused on your own
vital information. You winning a tournament is vital information. Oh my God, your fucking ego is so bruised.
When you went over my Twitter, when you went over my Twitter, when you went over my Twitter, tried to roast me, right? You skipped the part. You call yourself. You call yourself a video game journalist. You call yourself a video game journalist. You call yourself a video game journalist.
I wasn't doing a fucking expose on you. Was I doing an expose
where I won the tournaments, right?
Was I doing
you call yourself a video game journalist, but you skipped the parts where I won Marvel tournaments, right? That's what you did.
And that had nothing to do with the video.
Yes, it did. Because as a real video game journalist, you would have at least mentioned the fact,
I'm trying
to roast Slotham here, but guess what? He did win tournaments in a video game. I am a video game journalist. I might as well repeat and cover these things about video games because you are a video game journalist, right? No, you're a fraud journalist. All you do is you regurgitate Kotaku articles in your own YouTube. That's all you do because I want to show everyone that you're a fake and all you do is you ask questions with questions. You twist words. You twist words to try to make your narrative go. But really, you're the loser out of this all. Tony. You're the loser. So don't come in here saying alt account 1, you're bad, you're bad. I say alt account 1, you're smart. Why? Because you were paying attention. And those four digits came out of Darius Truxton himself. And all alt account 1 said, hey, go to this timestamp. No, he just repeated something. He repeated something.
It's still doxing.
No, see, that's all you got. It's still doxing. I don't care.
It's still doxing.
You say it's still doxing.
It's not me saying it. It's the law.
The majority,
why don't we ask somebody
people,
in your
the majority of people that are listening to this right now, they're on my side agreeing with me.
No, they're not. The majority of people that think
you're the loser that come in here, try to do your little question for question crap. It's not going to work around here. Why? Because Darius is the one that said those 4 numbers first. He said it on a live stream.
Yeah, he's the one that
had the live stream open. He's the one that had, and then all we did was repeat, hey, look what he said here. Did Darius slip up? Then it's up to the other people to judge. It's up to the other people out there in the shadows.
Let's ask somebody who has
to do whatever they want. And you have the nerve to say something like, if God behold, if something happens to Darius, then all the account 1's going to be held. Are you stupid? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
You know what happens? You know what happens? That's probably a lot dumber.
You know what happens when people go to the police about, oh, I said this on YouTube or this or this? You know what they say to them? Get off YouTube. That's literally all they say to them. Get off YouTube. There's nothing you could do. It's the internet. It's a friggin' live stream that he had on first. It's not like we were eavesdropping. If we were eavesdropping on the private conversation, then it is our fault. But we weren't eavesdropping, idiot. It was a live stream, and he said it on his live stream. We're just all listening. We're not eavesdropping on anything. If we eavesdrop on a private conversation, then it's against the law. But this wasn't eavesdropping, was it? It was on a his live stream, and he said it by himself publicly. So don't sit there and think like you know everything. Don't sit there and think like you know everything.
Are you that dumb? Are you really that dumb?
No, you are dumb.
Are you really that stupid?
This is a live stream. If you're out in public talking on the phone, if you're out in public talking on the phone and people can hear you, then what you say on the phone from that guy, everyone can hear it. That's the way it is. Same thing with a live stream. We heard
when you repeat it, it's doxing.
He said, no, it's not doxing because all he said was 2772. All he said was 2772 large apartment building. And we said, hey, look at this. And then whoever else wants to do anything, they did whatever they want. But you don't sit there and try to put intent. Don't sit there and try to push a narrative.
And the intent is for both you.
You're pushing a narrative. You're pushing a narrative into the community to make it look like
something bad to happen to him because you think
don't push a narrative. Don't try to BS pushing a narrative like that, all right? You're a fake and you're fraud. All you do is you try to manipulate people. You try to manipulate people over and over and over again. You manipulate them. And you said right now, on the stream, alt account 1, was that your intention? Is that what you thought? Shut your mouth. We don't need to answer your questions. He just
of course you don't need to answer because you know the truth.
He came here and said that he just repeated something. He came in here and just said he repeated something that Darius Truxton said. That's all he did. I want everyone in the chat to know that he just repeated something that Darius Truxton said. So don't come in here talking about, is that your intention? You must have known this happened. Your feelings don't matter. Friggin' Tony. Okay, you soft piece of trash. Your feelings don't matter.
It has nothing to do with my feelings. I don't even like him. I don't even like Darius.
Your character is so garbage. You never tell the truth.
Garbage?
You're always a lie and you're a fake. That's what you are. Other people are more truthful and they have a bigger set of balls than they do. So don't come in here with your language.
It doesn't take balls to dox somebody. It takes balls to actually take somebody on.
He didn't dox anybody. He didn't dox anybody. He just repeated those 4 digits that Darius said himself.
You also doxed him.
He said those 4 digits.
You've been doxing him for the last 3 weeks.
Darius said himself that his name was Keith Elwood. He said his name was Keith Elwood himself. He also said those 4 digits himself as well. So don't come in here trying to bully yourself and be like, what's your intention here? I have this lawyer speak here. I'm a police speak here. Shut your mouth. This is YouTube.
Yeah, every single day you've been doxing him.
You take a freaking risk. On a live stream, you take a risk.
And you take a lot of risk by putting a video out of doxing him.
That's why you don't show your face.
Every
single day. You don't show your face on
stream. You don't show your face either.
It's not because.
Why don't you show your face?
Because you don't have a webcam. It's not because you don't have a webcam. It's because you know that if you show yourself, you assume the risk.
If you show yourself, I'm the guy who doesn't show himself and put sunglasses on in a mask
I already said why I don't show myself, idiot. Because I don't want to dox myself.
Exactly.
I
don't want to dox myself.
That's why, and that's the same reason you do too. But you lied and said I don't have a webcam.
I don't have a webcam.
Friggin' lying.
You don't later on, I will get a webcam.
Shut your mouth, man. It's so easy to get a webcam. If you're a video game journalist and you want to be
why do I need a webcam to be a video game journalist?
Show yourself. All I do is in television and Miko videos and roast videos. I don't need to show myself. But if you call yourself a video game journalist, you want to keep this seriously, then show yourself and be serious. But don't lie and say that you don't have a webcam.
I've been doing this for years without showing
myself.
Tell
the truth and say you don't want to dox yourself, right? Tell the truth. Tell the truth. You say you don't want to dox yourself. Okay. When Keith Elwood, he said his name is Keith. When he puts his face out there, he assumes the risk that if someone sees your face, people are going to know who you are, right? So if he's talking on a live stream, if he's talking on a live stream, whether it's on a phone conversation or not, and it's a live stream that he set up, it's not like we hit a, it's not like we hit a secret mic. Did we hit a secret mic in his room? No. Did we hit a secret camera in his room? No. See, exactly. See what Tony does? See what Tony does? This is what he does. When he knows he's losing a match, he says he's doxing.
You haven't even shut up for like a 1 second.
I don't give a damn. I don't
Tony, you're being a pussy right now.
I'm being a pussy? No.
Yeah,
you are. You both dox Darius.
She's talking.
I don't give a fuck if he finishes. You're both doxing Darius.
No, you're not. See, Tony, this is the narrative that Tony tries to push.
There's no narrative.
You're doing this. You're doing this because Tony's the almighty. No, Tony, you're a fraud and you're fake. And
I can be a fraud. I can be
everyone
a fake.
knows
you're
a fraud
phony journalist. I'm an idiot.
You said you're a video game journalist, but yet when you went over my Twitter, you skipped the part where I
was I doing a video game again? Why are you so hung up on this thing?
Because
I hurt your feelings so bad that you. This has been like months ago. It hurts your feelings that bad that no one cares that you won some tournament
and you avoid the actual part. And all you do is try to push your own narrative. When you try to push your own narrative, people see that. But not everyone has the voice to actually talk back to you. But I will, and I'll call it exactly where you're a piece of trash. One, you don't get to dictate. You don't get to dictate what other people's intentions are. You don't know anything about intentions. You don't know anything about intentions of anybody. Your character is different from mine. I'm an actual real man.
Yeah, my character is good, and your character is a piece of shit.
Who's to dictate that?
You're the one who's doxing, and I'm the one who's like, don't dox people. That's bad.
Only you're saying your character is good, but I'm saying your character is trash. I'm saying your character is trash, and your intentions are different. See, it doesn't make
my intentions are noble and just.
If I tell you what your intentions are, they're different than what you think they are. So don't come on here telling Ulta Count 1.
I didn't tell anybody what his intentions are. I asked him. I asked him very clearly.
All you do
what
is
were your
ask questions
intentions?
for questions.
All
you do is you do this trick where you ask a question for a question. That's not going to work around here. I know exactly.
Yeah, because you won't answer a question because you know the answer is going to make you look like a piece of shit.
Trying to prove something sucks. It's just not real. That's why.
Oh yeah, because
that's why when they're trying to talk to Alt account, oh, what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? That's not the way it goes. Let the man talk and say his piece. When he was trying to say his piece, you were still interrupting him. Answer the question. Answer the question. I don't need to answer your questions. You're not the moral police. I don't care about your feelings. I can see whatever the hell I want.
My feelings either. I'm talking about the truth. I'm talking about the law. I'm talking about what is right.
You can listen to this and say this is the way it is. So I don't appreciate
people in the community are going to listen to this and go, "Wow, you guys are fucking dumb."
Like, oh, count one. This is how you're supposed to do this. All he did was repeat the damn same thing.
All he did was dox Darius. He repeated Darius' personal information, and he doxed himself. And then Ulta Count 1 doxed him, and then you doxed him. You both doxed him. You don't want to say that Ulta Count 1 doxed him. Let's face this fact. Hey, hold on. You don't want to say he
just repeated what Darius Truxton said. Darius Truxton on his live stream said,
you don't want to say all doxed him because then that means you doxed him.
Okay, so then the people that were listening, Ulta Count 1 said, hey, he said 2772, large apartment building. Okay,
and then you doxed him again.
No, he said, what is it? And that's
Ulta Count doxed him, and then you repeated it and doxed him. You don't want to admit that he doxed him because then you would have to admit that you doxed him.
Right now, there's a new
definition.
No, there's a new definition.
There's no new definition.
Nice one. Oh, now you dox
personal information is doxing.
Just dox. Dox
equals discretion.
Dox equals dox, and that's it. Dox, you can't dox someone more. Dox equals dox.
Yes, you can. There's more information. You can dox people with further doxing.
2770.
Darius accidentally put his information out there.
No, he's on a live
stream. You doxed him.
Use the risk on a live stream, whatever the hell he says on a live stream.
Ulta Count 1 doxed him, and then you repeated the dox.
That's the whole risk.
Repeating the dox doesn't make it okay.
The risk.
Just because someone else put him out there.
What the hell are you doing? Look, listen. The whole point that I'm trying to say is he doxed himself on the freaking live stream. He said it,
and then you repeated it. So you say that. So you repeated the dox, which means you doxed him.
No, that's not. We just
If you repeated
four
dox, that's doxing. Thank you.
No, it
Thank
isn't,
you for
you
saying
idiot.
that.
No, it
You
isn't,
said
you
he
idiot.
doxed himself, and then you
doxing,
repeated that
doxing,
information.
are
You
stupid?
repeated the
That's the
dox.
dumbest thing I
You
ever heard.
doxed him.
Dox is
You
just one
also
point.
doxed him.
Dox is at 1 point, and that's all.
No, there's not
Dox
at one
is at
point.
1 point, and that's all. And
Multiple
when
people
Darius
can
said
dox you.
those 4 digits, that's
He
all
doxed
it knows.
himself,
He
and then
doxed
you
himself.
guys
It-
doxed him.
Tony, he
You
doxed
guys doxed
himself.
him.
He was on a
You
live stream, and he
doxed him.
said those 4
Yeah.
digits and large.
And then you
apartment
repeated
buildings
it because you
himself.
repeated the
We all
dox.
repeated it. We all friggin'
I didn't
repeated
repeat it.
Idiot. You don't have to repeat it because you're a friggin' wimp and a simp and you stay out of the drama. But when you want to assert yourself into drama when it's convenient, that's when you do it. Didn't you say you stopped doing drama streams? Why are you doing drama streams again? Right.
I'm not doing it.
You assert yourself in
This
drama.
is me talking to evil.
For you, but when you're a fraud and fake and you know you're a loser, then you don't assert yourself into drama. That's the part of your character I don't like, Tony, because you're a fake piece of trash. And it's
But it's
true.
a good thing I don't care whether or not you like part of my character. I'm glad you don't like part of my character.
Your character is weak. Everyone can see how weak. your
Everyone
character
can see
is.
it.
That's
Everyone
just the
can
way
see
it is. All right. So shut your mouth.
Shut
You
my
were a
mouth.
loser.
You
Don't
shut your
come
mouth,
here-
you
don't
idiot.
come in
You
here trying to
5'2"
bully Alt
shrimp.
Account 1. Don't come in here
Don't you?
trying to
Oh
bully
my
Alt
God!
Account
So
1
you're coming here to
questions.
sim for
With
Alt
your little
Account 1?
questions, with your
Wow,
little
are you
questions,
cucking
all
to
that.
Alt Account
No,
1?
tell me
Jesus,
Alt Account 1.
look at
I
Sloth
asked
is here
you a question,
cucking
Alt Account
for
1.
Alt
I
Account
asked you
1.
a question, Alt Account 1.
He had to come in
Shut
and
your mouth.
Tony,
It's
stop being a
not-
bitch and let him talk.
he had to come in here and
That's
save
the
Alt
fucking
Account
crap.
1. Hey, at least
Kermit the
this is
Frog,
what
you're
Dean should have did for
absolute fake.
Lewis, right?
You
At
know,
least
let's talk about what happened earlier. I
doing
jumped
what
into
Dean
the
couldn't do
stream
for
and
Alt
you just
Account 1.
jumped up like a little bitch.
Yeah, that's
You
what
only
Tony.
came back because I called you out.
He
You
just
didn't
goes
want
in
to
there.
talk to me. You
asks
didn't
a
want
bunch
to
of
see the truth.
No, I didn't want to be seen with you. I
That's
made it very
everything.
clear.
So
to Evil,
shut your
I didn't want to be
fucking
seen with you.
and let
That's what
Florida
it was.
talk.
He tries
But then
to
you
enter
wanted
the
to come here and
narrative
talk
Be
shit.
quiet, Tony.
No, I'm not going to be quiet.
narrative
Alt
by
Account 1.
asking
You
these
yelling is
questions.
not somehow going to make me be
You put
quiet.
in legal terms in there like police this.
Yeah, and
legal-
you're scared.
Shut
That's why
your
you got
mouth,
scared
bro.
when
Doxed himself on a
when
freaking
Gen
live
X Gamer talked
said it
about legal
himself.
terms, you got
said it
scared. Go watch
himself,
that
first
video.
of all. He
Go
said
watch
it
that video
himself.
of you being so
Doxed
scared.
himself.
Oh, Gen X, why are you
Said it
talking
himself
about police?
on
Why are you
screen.
talking about
Very
lawyers, Gen X? Don't
very-
talk about that. Who cares
Yeah,
about that? We don't care about lawyers. Stop talking about lawyers.
I'm not here to be a
That's because you're
snitch.
fucking
I'm
scared
with
because you know the truth
Right.
is you've been
so then
doxing Darius,
Darius-
you've been
Darius
harassing
said-
him, and you
Darius
know
says
you'll get in trouble for it. So go
himself.
ahead. Keep running
Darius
your mouth.
says
Keep
27
doxing. Keep running.
himself.
Keep
He doxed
harassing.
himself,
Go ahead.
moron.
I don't
Okay?
care.
And then
I don't care if
just
you get in
for another
trouble.
thing,
All I
Gen X
know is
Gamer
what you
took
did
down
was
that
doxing. What
Gen
you
X
did
Gamer
was
took
bad.
down that
was
video, right?
wrong.
It's not because I was scared and he felt sorry for me. He realized too that this is the wrong way to go because we have our own little drama space here.
You got scared. I didn't say he got scared. You got scared. Watch that video again. Watch that video of you being so scared and so
you
soft.
shouldn't assert yourself
So
into this.
soft.
You shouldn't
You were
assert
so
yourself into
soft.
drama.
Oh
If
my
you don't
God.
like drama,
Don't talk about
if
lawyers.
you don't like drama,
Don't
why are
talk
you
about
coming into
lawyers or
drama?
police.
When the drama
No,
actually
Gen X,
happens,
that's
then you're
bad.
the one
Gen X,
talking about
no.
dox this
Don't
and
talk
dox
about it.
that. If you want drama, then stick to the drama. You only assert yourself into drama when it's convenient for you, because you know when stuff gets real,
When
you
the
run away like a
real-
little coward. You run away like a little coward when actually faced with the real facts. That's a fact.
The real
That's an
facts is
actual
that
fact.
you doxed
You assert
Darius.
yourself into drama when it's
doxed
convenient
Darius.
for you. When you know you
You
have a nice little
doxed
space on
Darius.
yourself, that's what you do, right? You are a piece of garbage. You always will be.
Darius.
You're a fake the second you tried to roast me, and I found out you're a video game journalist. Why don't you say something about the video game?
Again,
I
back with this
Exactly.
whole. Why did you say
It's a
so
big
about my
point.
tournament
It's a
win?
big
Oh
point.
my God, that
It's
hurt
a
you so
major-
bad.
it's
Deep
a
down in
major
your soul,
point.
I broke your
It
heart,
goes
didn't I?
against your
I
character,
broke your
right?
heart.
You call
I'm like,
yourself
oh my
a video
God, why
game
didn't
journalist,
Tony talk
but you're
about
going
my
to skip
tournament?
over that part, right?
Broke my
You
heart.
call yourself a video game journalist, but
Broke
you
your
can skip
heart.
over that part, right?
Dude, that's like the
right, 'cause
only
you're a
thing you
fraud.
ever have to
You're
say.
a fraud that makes YouTube channels. You go to freaking
Channels,
Kotaku,
I make one. I have
you
one
go to
channel.
Kotaku, regurgitate articles, then release it as yourself. You're a piece of trash. You also said that Intellivision is going bankrupt. Did
They
they
are
go
going
bankrupt
bankrupt.
at that time? Did they go? No. All you do is you just do garbage material and you assert yourself into drama when it's convenient for you. That's the thing about you that I don't like, and no one likes. You're a fraud.
No,
You're a
no one
complete
likes-
piece
I
of
guess all my
trash on YouTube.
subscribers must
You're a
not like
complete piece of trash, and that's what you always
Complete
will
trash.
be, right? That's what
Yeah.
you are. So don't come in here try to bully. You're pretty much trying to enforce your way over all.
I'm not trying to enforce anything. I made it very clear. I made it very clear.
You're here
This is
trying to
my
ask
last
these stupid
appearance.
questions. You know,
I made it very clear.
You
This
know,
is my last
Alt Account
appearance.
1. You know, Alt Account 1 probably doesn't have the best English skills right there. We can
Now
always
you're
say that, right?
now doubting his
don't
English
come in
skills?
here.
Now
Don't
you're-
come in
now
here
you're-
with
now
your
you're throwing
stupid
him under the
questions
bus?
and
Now you're
just
trying to be
act
like
like
the
you're
guy
so
doesn't
smart
speak
saying
English
these
good?
questions. Don't
Wow.
act like that, okay?
I
The point,
can't believe
the
you would
point
do
is,
that.
stop
I can't
trying to
believe you're
push
being
this
so
narrative.
racist like that.
Stop trying to
Why
push
are you
this
being
narrative.
so racist towards
Stop trying to
count
push
one?
this narrative.
Why
Like,
are you being
stop
racist
trying to
towards
push this
count one?
narrative.
I didn't think
He says
anything bad
himself.
about him. I thought he spoke good
Count one,
English.
didn't you say yourself that you have your language isn't as good You said that yourself, right? Alt account 1.
Yeah, I
He
said
didn't
that
have any
myself.
problem
Exactly.
talking.
There you go. So shut your mouth, Tony. He said it himself. All right. He said it himself. There you go. There's another point that you need to don't skip over. There you go, Tony again pushing
I
the
don't watch
narrative.
his content,
He
so I
tried to
didn't
push
know
the
he
narrative.
said that. All I
Tony
know is
tried
he
to
came
push
on
the
the
narrative
stream and he was
that I am
talking
racist
very
toward Alt
good.
account 1.
He was
Tony
talking
tried
really
to push
well.
the narrative that I am racist
Yeah.
toward Alt account 1. I just
You
proved
came
it
in
or
and you were
not.
saying that he
Alt
didn't talk
account 1
English
said it
good.
himself. He said it himself. So
On
my
this
point
stream?
is,
Did he
don't
say
come
it
in
on
here
this
with
stream?
your questions
I don't watch
asking,
this stuff.
oh, how do you feel about this? And don't you have the intention of that? And this. That stuff doesn't matter. Your questions don't need to be answered, right? The point, there's one fact
Yeah,
for
they
true.
don't need to be
There's
answered
one
because
fact
when
for
you
true, though.
don't answer
One
them,
fact is for
when you
true,
don't answer
Tony,
the
you piece
question,
of
we all
trash.
know
One
what
fact
it is.
that is true
That
is
you all
for
doxed
true
him.
is that
You all
Darius
doxed
said
Darius.
Darius said those 4
Darius?
digits
Was it-
himself.
was
He
that
said
the-
those 4
did the
digits
balls
himself.
finally drop?
That fact is true,
Did
right?
he finally get
Exactly.
puberty?
That
Did he
fact is
finally-
true, right? Exactly. So anything
Yeah.
else you try to say and push a narrative, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you
You guys
speak, or
doxed
how
him.
you ask the questions.
Doxed
You're a
him.
piece of garbage. That's just the
I'm a
way
piece
it
of
is.
garbage that
Don't
knows
come
that
on
you
here
doxed him.
saying that Alt
That you
account 1
doxed him.
doxed him. No,
He
he
did.
doxed
And
Darius
so did
doxed
you.
himself.
You
He
both
said those
doxed him.
4 digits by
And you
himself.
both
And because
repeated
of that, Darius,
You
since
both
Darius has
doxed
a
him.
lot of enemies, since Darius has a
Yeah.
lot of
You
enemies
both
before
doxed him.
me
And so you
before
guys
Alt
knew
account
that.
1.
You guys knew
No,
he
I
had
didn't.
enemies.
No, I didn't.
Well,
No, I
there
didn't.
you just
No, I
said it.
didn't.
You
No, I
just said
didn't.
he had
No,
a
I
lot of
didn't.
enemies before
Yeah,
you.
he had a lot of enemies
You
before me.
100% knew that,
Listen,
and you knew
he had a lot of
exactly
enemies
what was going
before
to
me.
happen
Why?
when you put his
Because when I
information
came
out
on
there.
this, Darius would
And when
say
you put
he
his
hates this
information,
YouTuber.
you knew what
Darius
was going
says
to
he,
happen.
no,
That was
that's
your
not true.
intention.
I went
Your
after.
intention
I went
was that he
after
would be
Darius.
harassed.
Went after my
So
comment
right there,
section.
you just
I
admitted
went
it.
after
You
Darius.
admitted it
Went
right
after my
here on the
question.
stream.
Listen,
Someone clip it.
because
He admitted
Darius
it
has a
on the
lot of
stream.
enemies, right?
And you
Darius
knew
has
that
a
what
lot
would
of enemies,
happen.
right?
And you
Right.
knew what
So
would happen.
just because
You knew exactly what would happen.
Just because
You
we were
would be
no, not
harassed.
exactly what
You
happened.
knew
Just
exactly
because we
you would be
repeat
harassed.
2772, it has nothing to do with Darius has a lot of enemies. That you cannot
Yeah.
make that connection, dummy. Stop trying to push your narrative again.
You put it
cannot
out
make
there
the
because you
connection.
knew he had a
You
lot of
cannot make
enemies
the-
and they would get
No,
harassed.
that's not true. No. See,
Yeah,
now
it
you're
is.
pushing the narrative again, you dummy. You're
So you
pushing
didn't
the
know he
narrative.
had enemies?
You
You
cannot
just said
connect.
you knew he had
cannot
enemies.
connect because I'm on YouTube and I'm ranting with him, you dummy.
So you
I'm
knew
ranting
he
with
had
him every
enemies
single
and you
day.
put it out
I'm
there.
ranting with him
his
every
address.
single day, and he always
Every
calls other
single
YouTube.
day.
He
Every
always
single
calls
day
other
you put
YouTubers
his address
trash,
out
right?
there.
He calls
Right.
other YouTubers trash, right? So I'm assumed that those other YouTubers don't like Darius, right? Because of the videos that Darius makes, right? So you cannot connect his 2772 with, oh, you knew he had a lot of enemies. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Yes,
Darius
does.
said it
You
himself.
Put it out there. You
Darius
put it out
said
there
it.
because you knew he
Darius
had
said it
enemies.
himself.
You put it out
Darius
there.
said it himself on a live stream.
You put it out there.
2772.
You
when he was
amplified
buying,
it
he was
because
probably
you wanted
buying his
them to
weed
get
order.
harassed.
He was saying 2772 buying his
amplified it
weed order,
because you
and that's
wanted
all it
him
took.
to
And that's
be
all it took.
harassed.
It's Darius's
You
fault.
want
Whose
him
live
to
stream
be
was it?
harassed.
Whose live stream was it?
You
Whose
want
live
him
stream was
to
it?
be
Whose live
harassed.
stream was it?
You
Whose live
want
stream was
him
it? It
to
was
be
Darius.
harassed.
It was
You
Darius's
doxed him,
live stream.
and
It
you
was
repeated
Darius's
the
live
dox
stream, you dummy.
repeatedly
It was
over
Darius's
and
live
again
stream, right?
because you
Darius's
want
live
him
stream, right?
to be
Who said
harassed.
2772?
You want
Darius
him
himself,
to
right?
be
Who
harassed.
said
It's very simple.
2772?
You
Darius
want him to be
himself, right?
harassed.
So shut your mouth.
Yeah,
Again,
you
you're
want
trying to
him to
push
be
a narrative.
harassed.
Your racist
You want
narrative
him to
didn't
be
work.
harassed.
Alt account 1 proved it. Now you're saying,
want
oh,
him
Fluff,
to
you
be
want to harass
harassed.
him? That's not going to work either. All I'm doing is ranting and repeating what other people have said.
Repeating his
If he
dox.
said
Yes, you said he
27
doxed himself. and
He
you
said it
repeated his
himself.
dox.
He said it himself.
You admitted
dummy.
it was a dox,
Darius-
and you admitted
Darius-
you repeated
Darius
it. You
said it
repeated
himself.
Tony,
Darius
let me
doxed
ask you
himself.
something, Tony.
We all
his
know
dox.
that Darius doxed
You
himself. That's a
repeated
fact.
the
Darius
dox.
doxed himself.
You
That's a fact.
repeated the
Darius doxed himself.
You
That's a
repeated
fact.
it.
I
the dox.
repeated something he said
The
on a
dox.
live stream.
You
I
repeated it. You just said
something
it
he
was
said
a
on a live
dox,
stream.
and you
It
just
doesn't
admitted to
matter.
repeating it.
Okay, first of all, is it proven that that's 2772?
Oh, now it's
is
not proven
it proven?
anymore?
No, wait,
Before
you-
it was-
is it
before
proven?
you knew it
Is
was.
it proven or not? Is it proven or not? Yes or no?
Before you
No,
knew
it
it
isn't,
was
right? So you can't say anything.
I don't
there.
know. You
It's not even proven. It's not even proven yet. It's not even proven.
So how
for
did
sure.
I dose him when both of them denied that being the address?
Ah, there
So
you go,
let's
Tony.
compare
There you go, Tony. Shut your mouth.
How did you dox
Tony?
him? Because,
There you go,
because
Tony.
you both
You're
said,
not trying to
both
push
of
the
you said
narrative.
he was
You're
lying.
not trying to push
Both
the
of you
narrative.
said that he was lying.
Exactly, Tony. Don't push that narrative. You denied it.
You guys
How
doxed
am I
him.
Everyone's denying it. Everyone's
my
denying
God.
it. Exactly. There you go. That's a good point,
You're being
Ultra
such
One.
a dumb fuck right now, Tony.
Exactly.
Just
There
shut
you
your
go. I
mouth.
want chat to know that
You
right
deny
now.
it.
I want
I
chat to
didn't
know that right
deny
now.
it.
Everyone
But
denies
2772,
but here he is.
Them, according to the people I know,
Point
doesn't mean
rested.
shit.
It's
So I
rested,
know
Tony.
nothing.
End of story.
So you repeated his dox. Got it. Well, I guess they couldn't handle the heat and they got out of the kitchen. So yeah, like I was saying, regardless of whether or not Darius said it on his stream, repeating it is still a dox. Still repeating a dox.
I think the difference is that you can be as black and white as you want, but if you don't take into account the places where you are, then you're going to come up against.
You know what that sounds like,
fiction.
CP? That sounds like you're saying that she was asking for it. Well, she wore a really short skirt and she went into a bar that was really known for rough people.
Right. Okay, we're going down that route, are
Yeah.
we? No, I do not think so, because what you're doing here is you're trying to take things to the nth degree straight away when we are trying to talk about nuances. And what have you come in? You came in a bit late into this.
He's Herbie Derbying it up.
When you're starting with your fucking hoovering up with people. Yeah. And you started off doing that. That's how you started. And you come in, and it's the same thing as what happened when all you lot turned up with all the Amico shit and started going on about Volp and shit like that, which is fair enough, because under some circumstances, yes, grandmas all sitting around drinking tea leaves, like with all the fucking angry grandmas with the no Herbie Derbies, it's the same fucking shit. Derby. Oh yeah, we don't like that.
You
Not
know
in
why
my
it's different?
backyard.
You want to know why it's
the law
different?
To back us up, and that's fair enough. But this is a part of town that was always a little bit dusty and always a little bit Wild West day. And
you
if you
know
want
what
to
the difference is? The difference
What?
is that they're telling you don't Herbie Derby it up because you guys make fun of them. They don't like that you make fun of them. This isn't, hey, don't hang around with Aldecott 1 because he's making fun of me, or he's making fun of Darius, or he's
That's
saying
your
mean
opinion.
things. It's not an opinion. It's
Oh
a
right,
fact.
okay.
He
say
literally took the information that Darius said, that they didn't know that it was going to be recorded. He didn't know that he said it. He didn't realize it was on stream.
Oh
and
my
he amplified
God.
it.
Right. We all know that when you put yourself into this arena with the sort of people that Darius had his fans, the sort of people that were his.
Again, that's the asking for it. You're basically saying, well, he knew what he was risking. He was asking for it.
No, but what I would say, I wouldn't say anything about asking for it. But what I would say is, if, say, it was my daughter who was going somewhere, like they went to go and hang around with a biker crew, and they went around and they didn't have they had a tiny miniskirt on, I wouldn't say you were asking for it, but I would say, oh, you've got a high probability of some shit going down, love. And I wouldn't be saying you're asking for it. And that's the bit that you're putting on me there. I'm just saying, probability wise, this is a thing that this is just nature. You walk in a swamp and you're going to get wet feet. You can sit there and go, oh no, but it's not right. I shouldn't have wet feet. I'm entitled to dry feet. Well, yeah. And maybe there's an EU regulation which says you should have so many dry pairs of socks provided or whatever. But maybe that's not the bit of town that you're living in at that moment in time. That's
but if you're walking by a swamp and someone pushes you into the water and you go, well, you should realize if you walk near a swamp, there was a chance someone could push you into the water.
Yeah, but Darius wasn't walking near a swamp.
Yes, he was. When he said that was him walking near
Darius.
Darius said a thing.
He was the fucking king of the fucking swamp. What are you talking about?
Again, I don't even like Darius. But just because I don't like someone doesn't mean you can do bad things to them.
Bullshit, mate. That's what I'm saying. He wasn't near anything. He wasn't like some innocent bystander.
I don't care if he was neck deep in the water and you pushed his head in a little bit extra. It's still that little bit that you pushed him. That's still on you. Look, if you guys are okay, if you're okay with it, it's fine.
I'm not saying that's not the case. I'm saying personal responsibility. So yeah, totally.
And that's why he left. That's why he left. Personal responsibility. He left.
Well, look, I would say that he had a lot of pressure on him from a lot of different people, and I would say that he was getting way more shit from other aspects of it than that. But that's just my opinion, and that's not for me to judge. And I'm not saying whether it was right or wrong, or whether it was polite or impolite to do so. What I'm saying is I've got an issue with someone coming in with black and white rulings into a place which has never been black and white, because it's exactly the same as
why are we all buns?
Albert's doing.
Hold on, why are we all buns? Dean says, then you don't say I need to help out Carla, you bum, when I got a girlfriend to attend to. You see, guys will never have girlfriends. You're all buns and outcast. Man, Dean, are you so mad that you can't even type correctly?
Oh, Dean,
misspelling words.
Are you going to come in and try and get a little bit of action?
Also, Dean, whoever you're talking to, which sounds like you're talking to Volpe on DMs that you're sending to me. I never showed my empty basement because I don't have an empty basement. I actually have a big TV, a couch, carpeted floors in my basement, a washer and dryer in the other room, 2 bedrooms in the basement. It's not empty. I mean, I can go down there and show you if you want. The only time I've ever accidentally turned my camera on was when I didn't accidentally turn it on when I was in my room taking tequila shots, and that was my phone camera. And
Dean, you're yesterday's news, mate. No one's interested in you anymore.
It would. Why do I neglect my child back in the day? Because it was little. Right? Jesus Christ. Just put a blanket over it.
What are you talking about?
But at least it's my kid now, because earlier it wasn't my kid. A couple months ago it was the neighbor's kid, but now it's back to be my kid. So at least there's that, right? So that was a thing that happened.
Dead air. Okay. I think we lost her.
So Evil, where were you when why weren't you at my back, Evil? I thought we were boys. You're supposed to have my back.
Oh yeah, I was having a fucking long ass conversation with somebody, and I was doing the pantomime, but I forgot that I don't have the camera. So you mean
I could imagine you really were pantomiming, and then you're like, "Oh shit, I don't have a camera. What am I doing?"
Oh, it was a thing of beauty. We had 19 people watching on this nobody goddamn fucking Monday.
I'm just going to say, the only reason I'm not saying anything, Dean, is because I'm just not wanting to give you the attention, because this is what you're desperate for, because your poor ego is just
It's turned into a Mercado fight.
So, and this is the last I'm going to address you. But as I said before, Scorned Woman was like 8 weeks ago. You're very slow on the uptake.
Oh, you're talking about Dean.
I was trying really hard for a bit of
I thought it was you were against Tony. Okay, sorry.
No, I'm just going to leave him to it. No, I had a difference of opinion with Tony. I'm not against Tony. With Dean.
No, you were talking about Dean. Sorry. I'll put the comment again.
Lewis must be heated.
He's just using that same old Scorned Woman bullshit, because it's not. You can't really use a Scorned Woman bullshit when I've got like months and months worth of publicly archived abuse that you can use. Also, obviously, not to mention the nearly a year's worth of abuse that you've leveled at Evil and Tommy. You're actually just like unhinged. So anyway, that's the end of that, and I'll leave it at that.
Just remember, folks, when someone doesn't want to answer a question, it's usually because the answer is going to make them look bad.
Yeah, but I can
which is why Dean didn't answer why he didn't want to show his alt accounts the other day, which is also why both Alt Account 1 and Slotham refused to answer what their intentions were when they put that information out, because they know it would make them look bad and would nullify any argument they had as to them just being innocent bystanders who just happened to put a stream clip, right? That they had no idea what was going to happen with that. Let's not be dumb, right? You accuse me of hold on, Evil. People accuse me of being dumb, right? But
I don't think anyone was saying that.
No, Slotham said that several times. He said, "You just pretend to be dumb."
No one was saying that they didn't know what they were doing when they were.
Yeah, they both did. They both said they didn't have bad intentions. They refused to say, "Well, I don't know what my intentions are. Why do you need to know my intentions?" Because we all know when you put it out there, you knew what was going to happen. And that's why your intentions were bad. You didn't put it out there because you're like, look at Darius was looking silly on stream. You put it out there because you knew that people don't like Darius. There's people who are waiting on it. They both said it in their videos. Lots of people were waiting on Darius to slip up, and now we have the proof. Well, there it is. Right? Your intentions are in your videos. You act like no one's seen them. No one's heard you guys saying that Darius deserved it. It's payback. Darius this and that. And again, I don't even like Darius. But just because I don't like somebody doesn't mean that person getting harassed, that person having their information out is okay.
Well, this is where it's interesting, because I do like Darius, and I'm on the other side of it, which is, I'm not for doxing and people going out of their way to harass people, and the side of it where the harassment happened, but like the actual someone catching something on a stream and doing a bit of CSI on stuff and doing all that shit, that's kind of the game. That's kind of how it goes down. That's how I saw it.
There was a game that I talked to Yamiko DM many months ago when the frog shaved his ugly thing that looked like a guy from the what was the
Cousin It?
The little balls that
Critters?
Like
Critters.
The critters. He fucking shaved that critter, and we could see his face. Well, see his face on the fucking
faucet.
The faucet. Thank you very much, Professor English. On the goddamn faucet. So I told Uyaviko, I'm gonna spend the next week doing a CSI thing to get as close as we can to the frog's face, and I'm gonna show it, like, even if it's a joke way, because it's gonna look like shit, like 3 pixels or something. But it was like I can see his face there. Like, that's when I was start making the rumor that he was bald, but then he said, "No, I'm not bald," and I believe him.
I just got my haircut the other day.
He's low estrogen, guys. No, high estrogen, low testosterone. I fucked up the joke. Okay, whatever.
I bet you look like Jesus Christ Superstar, Tony.
To be fair,
no, not that much.
I didn't hear most of what was happening with you guys. I was doing some other things because you were just all I heard it was like doxing. No, not doxing. No, not doxing. I was like, okay, I can do other stuff for 10 minutes. Sorry, guys.
I mean, it would have been more civilized, but he came in and just didn't shut up for like 20 minutes straight. And that was impressive. He's got some lung capacity. I'll give him that because he just kept going.
This was good stream, man.
Yeah, I was just sat enjoying it, just basking in the.
Better than the stream, better than the heat stream. Just once in a while, and this is like a flower. It's gonna be over. Tony's not coming back, and this stream is gonna be privatized the second it's over. So people won't even be able to try to save it unless they're saving it right now.
Yeah, they probably did. I'm sure as soon as they both hopped on, they were clipping.
So clip it, boys. Clip it as hard as you can because this is quality goddamn drama content.
Well, like I said, you know, people want to like yell and like shut up, like I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, let me shut up, right? Yeah, that's not gonna work. I don't know why people do that. It was a very simple question, right? The whole issue was, you know, what he did was whether it was doxing and why he did it, right? His intentions. He's trying to claim that there was no bad intention, that, you know, it just is. So then why not answer? Just be like, no, I don't have no bad intentions. I didn't realize anything was going to happen. And again, if you go and watch the video that Slotham
It's a
made,
complicated thing, though, and that's my point. That's where my disagreement is with you, Tony. And I mean, and it is just a pure disagreement. And I do respect your opinion because I do agree that obviously where you've got your source from, it does class it as doxing or whatever. But my point is the nuances and stuff. And again, it goes deeper again into different people's perspectives and different people's parameters. And I know that now you're getting into apologist territory as well, possibly. But again, we're on nuance territory again. And it's not that automatically if you're going to try a bit of understanding, because the whole point of, for me anyway, this community is this melting pot of all these different types of people, all these different parameters, and then challenging your own viewpoint by looking at how these people accept this person and this sort of behavior and how they handle that and how they protect themselves from that. And it's more interesting to see it and to experience it and let it be free than to hide away from that and be unprepared if you ever need anything like that. If you want to be in that state of mind, you know, if you want to live in fear. Yeah, but I don't see it.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, because I got to go eat some dinner. But here's the thing. Yeah. If you listen to Slotham's videos, right, he's very clear. He goes, well, Darius doxed Fish Lips first. Darius doxed 8-Bit Eric first, right? And that's why it's okay they dox him back. Well, again, did anyone dox Slotham? No. So then why was it okay for him to dox Darius? And again, he said it was a dox. He came on here and said, yes, Darius doxed himself. And then repeating it is still repeating a dox. You're still doxing him. Right? It's like saying, well, I didn't start the fire. I just took the fire and carried a stick of it and threw it in someone else's house. You're like, no, you still started a fire, right?
I don't think that's the same analogy.
Okay. I know Tony, when he says bye, he says bye. So I want to say one last thing and repeat what I just said earlier. My only fucking commandment, how do you say the 10th
commandment?
Yeah. It's, if you don't do it on my chat, you're welcome. You know, I don't care if you're Charles Manson on the library, on the prison. I know he's dead, but you know what I mean. Like, if you are not saying horrible things and doxing people or attacking or anything on my chat section, everybody's welcome to come here and say hello. That's why Darius was welcome here. The other crazy factions always were like, as long as they were not doing their doxing thing, even the Fish Lips with his stuff was always here, like sometimes saying stuff that we know 80,000 accounts.
Finbar says what the fuck's going on. You better rewind and watch it quick, Finbar.
And
that's all I want to say. As long as you don't do shit on my place, everybody's allowed to come here. And even that was the point of this channel, to have the chat here. But I understand, Tony, and I
like I said,
it's never my intention to change your mind. Okay?
Right. It's not my intention to change any of your minds. All I'm saying is, it would be different, right? If if you went to an Alt Account 1 Fallout stream, right? You guys are just playing Fallout and just talking about Fallout or what's going on with your life, or the new games you picked up. I'd be like, no big deal, right? But they were doxing him on that stream that you guys were in, right? Just like they were doxing him today on this stream, right? And that's where the line is, right? Like, it's not that you were over there; it's that you were over there on a stream where they were actively doxing people, right?
But because of the name, yeah, probably. Yeah.
Not just the name, but they also said it repeatedly in the stream.
Well, when I checked in, the most thing was against Dean, which it's my fucking.
Yeah, we all.
So when I was there, it wasn't like against.
Yeah, that's it. We didn't go for that.
A lot. When we both arrived there, including Carla, it was just like against Dean. I was like, oh my god, we're here for this. This is beautiful.
It's like that
we arrived at the right moment of that stream, and maybe before they were saying shit, and that I don't know. It's like the Dear Read stream. I hope, also like those idiots, they talk about those every single time. But that's beyond the point.
I gotta go. Okay, and again, I wouldn't have jumped back on, but he tried to pull my card, right? Altcott 1 was like, he bitched out. He left. No, you knew I was leaving. I told you guys I didn't want to be on stream with him. That's why that was the whole thing, was that you guys were on his stream, right? So why would I be on a panel with him? Because I knew they were going to start saying the address and doing all the thing. But he tried to pull my card, right? He tried to say, Tony's a little bitch. He left. All right, well, I came back, right? And then.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you did.
No, thank you for going back and saying. And many people were here from the community. I think basically everybody who would need to see it, they already saw it. And this is like radio.
This is like radio.
This is gone. It is gone after this. So, guys,
what are you going to privatize it, or are you going to just delete it?
Privatize it at the time being, because I already have two hard strikes, and they can, even me on a black screen saying blah, 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 they can fake fucking.
Well, if anything, after I leave, if anything important happens, just let me know. Give me a heads up.
Okay.
Oh, now Carla comes back.
Well, it's like.
Are you done with your phone call, Carla? Are you done pretending to be on a phone call?
What are you talking about? I wasn't a real phone call, because I'm real,
All right, I gotta go. Take it easy, guys.
Okay, thank you, Tony. Awesome stream.
Guys, can I just say something, please, real quick?
Yes.
Hey, just take note about this stream's what's his name? That spray paint guy, Lewis, and CD Reed. This is a real stream. This is real people talking, not faking anything. Just take note and learn from adults. Peace.
Yeah.
FDD.
FDD. Yeah, that goes back to my original point that I was discussing at the very, very beginning of the stream, which is what you see is what you get. And it's that thing about what you put into the system is what you get out. And so this is why Dean is flailing around, flapping about now, because what he put in was all very low grade fuel all the way through. And it burned fast, and it got him through it, but it's not got that long-term quality to it, which is what's going to keep on going from any other side that isn't his. So this is why he's always going to fail, because he never put in anything of quality.
This is just for the 16 people that are watching, for you to understand why I'm privatizing this thing. If I keep this up, even though it's a StreamYards thing with a timestamp and a different key for YouTube to understand what's happening, we play no fucking videos, nothing, no copyright, anything, just voices. The fucking hard strikers can't destroy it anyway. So if I just leave it here, I'm risking losing the channel, and then maybe you guys can prove a point. Maybe it's like, look at that happen again. Look at this is bullshit. Let's complain. It's unacceptable. But nothing will happen really. So I'm taking precautions. So whoever enjoyed this is great. But that's the reason I'm not being afraid of anything. I have 2 false hard strikes from two different people. One possibly the A.B. Derrick side alt accounts, and one possibly the Dean fucking.
I think we know. Yeah.
We know for a fact because I share this with
The
people.
face says it all.
The second one is for sure the Dean faction, especially when we saw that fucking the way he reacted.
Yeah, and the name that they use.
Tony, it will be so easy to take you down. You have no idea.
Like
I
Leo
would
level
not
for
do it because
Facebook,
I don't roll like that. I don't do that. But you have no idea. I should do it in a second. I'm just pressing my phone, but I don't do that. Oh my god! Don't play poker.
He's like a child. You saw it in the comments today. You know, he's just. He really has. He's got to that point now. There's nothing more he can give. He's just at like this storming child stage, shouting like little tiny crappy insults. Not even like he used to craft his insults. They were kind of shitty lowest common denominator ones because he'd planned them out that way specifically to attract as many people as possible. But now he's just flapping, and it's just pure childishness. Oh, is he here?
Is he here? I cannot see it, Justin.
Oh Jesus, not him at all.
I cannot see him, and I cannot see weird. Can you tell me what's the name? And is it the swing? Darkest Armor swing. It was Brando. Oh yeah, it's him. Yeah, it's. We already know. Yeah, we cry baby. Oh yeah, this is the doctor. We already know the story. I say it many times, so yeah, we know it. I don't care. Other time I will be like, whatever. I even highlight his comments.
That's it. You can live in a floodplain and learn how to navigate through it.
It's fine.
Darius did it for long enough as well.
Don't let this one fall between the cracks. This is growth in the community.
Oh yeah, this is true. Actually, move soon. Good point. I saw you getting completely ignored by D Reed. Did you get in the end? Did they let you in? I saw it for a second. I'd look at the chat. I was like, "Oh, check Monsoon out."
Yeah, Monsoon was calling. Oh, so somebody sent me the fucking.
I did. I said it. You.
Oh, you were. It was you. Like, do you have a dollar? Do you have a dollar? I'm a good dude. Yeah, we believe you're a good dude. We believe you. I have nothing against you, man. Nobody's the. I say the Brando knows that thing many times, and he's paying attention. That's all that is. He's not the doctor. It's just that I say this every single stream to bring awareness. Just like I say Freddy got finger, I'm gonna say Albert finger. But I'm not gonna say it. But I'm going the Tom Green way. Start behaving, Albert.
If you think it's dead air, it's because I'm rolling. All right, I'm just rolling.
You see me rolling. Well, speaking of rolling, I need to smoke. I need to.
Exactly. It's a smoke break. Smoke break.
Oh, by the way, it's almost 3 hours. What the fuck?
Shit. Have you even got the hours? How many hours have you got left?
No, fuck about that. How many hours do you have left?
Oh, I'm all right. No work in the morning for me.
Geek says, did Al call in slot for backup? We don't know, man. He told on the... that is public information. He said that he didn't... when I streamed yesterday, he said that he didn't told Slotam on the 27th stream, episode 1. He said like, no, he just was there. And I believe him. He was like, just like now. People will say like, yeah, Evil and Slotam. No. People just join the things because they're watching them. It's recommended. We are like part of the algorithm. So that's
and also it's a space that's open to people to talk, so people can, because there's so many other places doing stuff, but people aren't allowed. It's like a fart in a lift, isn't it?
Tony, I'm gonna tell you something. Slotam has tagged me many times in the past. He doesn't comment about me because There was a long time ago a comment he say like, oh, this guy that plays his video games, when you pause it, I know you're talking shit about the people. So we thought it was about me, probably. But lately he literally tagged both CPE and me like on his community post, so he knows about us. So it's no surprise that that we were, and I didn't even tag CPE or me. I just even put the fake names. I say like Evil Creams and Sleepy E, because it would be like oh, if we put our names, we will have twice the people, you know. But it's more about the fun. Like you find it for fun. You know what I mean, right, Bern? Hey, you Stoner.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm nearly rolled.
I know. Okay, I'm gonna get a beer. You guys.
I think everybody needs a smoke after that. That was.
You know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna play a nice song. Why not, right?
Well, yeah, plays a nice song.
A Ramones one. Or it's gotta be 8-bit. It's gotta be 8-bit. But what do you have in mind? No, nothing too crazy. Something possible. Something likable.
You asking me?
I'm asking you, Mamacita.
Oh right. Oh God. Maybe best off asking the chat. I don't know. I'm not.
Okay, I'll put Taylor Swift then.
Oh my God, no.
Lordy.
No. Put.
I'm just saying what I have in my face.
Not Blue
Tape. Mom have something else. Miley Cyrus.
Put
Iggy Pop.
I'm not against Iggy Pop.
Nobody's against. Okay, A.B. Ramones. That was the.
Should we Checker and the Fat Boys are doing the twist?
What, the Fat Boys?
It's like something from the 90s. Doesn't it? Should we check it? I'm just joking. I just popped into my head. I don't.
Can you tell me what you want? No, it has to be 8-bit because we cannot use anything.
There's only one 8-bit song that's worth playing. And
which is
Mr. Boombastic.
All right. It's good. It's good.
It's a good song.
It's good. So okay, because I gotta pee and get a beer and check my beer station.
Yeah, I need the loo as well.
Oh shit! But I didn't put IV. Oh my God! I'm gonna get killed. Metaphorically. Who is the guy who we have to bow to? The one. 8-bit. It's not here. Come on.
No masters.
They destroyed it. It's on YouTube and just one. I remember there were many versions of this song. It's many.
There must be so many. Did we find a version of oh no, baby, come on.
No, they took them all down.
Hmm?
They took them all down. Just
oh my
one.
God, did they really? No.
Listen, many versions. I'm afraid to put it. No, so you're bringing bad mojo. I'll back to my Ramones.
I'll let someone. Yeah, go back to your Ramones.
Oh, you know what? You were right the whole day. So
Pato Banton.
No, you were right. Okay, I got it. I'll put it. This is the Titanic. Let's go down.
You're not putting JLC on.
I'm gonna dox myself now. My name, my address, where I live. Oh,
that is one way we could play it, but I don't particularly want to go down that route. We could go the Spartacus route, but nah.
We're gonna do it the cool way anyway, because when I'm there, we can dox ourselves. Yeah. I'll bring some wrestling masks, so luchador. So don't worry, it will be like something, some very bizarre kind of doxing.
I can wear my Optimus Prime.
Gotta figure it out.
I want to be Darth Vader.
Yeah, because you could have a voice modulator as well.
No, just pictures. Pictures of our wedding, fuckers. Well, if she's still with me next week, we'll see what happens.
Who knows? But I think we'll be all right.
Okay. Do I share this? Can you see what I'm seeing? Okay, this is bad. We should not see what we're saying. That's it. Remember, we did it earlier. So I put this so I can take a break. Be right back. Did I get dogs? What is this? I deserve to have the only range Super Mod Rabbit. Nobody has a red. I think Super Mod Rabbit is more a new account because he cannot stop coming here.
Oh, Murray. Murray.
Okay, because I was gonna have a minute of silence for Murray, but now it's 2 minutes of silence for Murray and Tony TGD. So, but of course, it wasn't gonna be a whole minute. It was gonna be like 5 seconds. So now let's make 10 seconds. 10 seconds, chat, before we say goodbye to Broken Dreams, aka Murray. He went there begging for forgiveness to Albert because he was, as far as my sources told me, kicked out finally from the D-Read streams because he thought he could be on both sides because some people were like kind of forgiving, like, oh yeah. So he thought he had diplomatic immunity. Turns out he didn't. So he kind of like got. He was like, oh shit! All I have is fucking evil. And just like Tony, maybe he's like, oh, I don't want to be associated with the snakes and everything, like. And then we're like, well, good riddance, good sir. Nobody told you anything. Nobody will ban you. You'll always be welcome. Sweet prince, good night. And yeah, he was there like, I find them boring. Carla Acosta is obsessed. Hashtag obsessed. Really, Scott? Oh my god, which is
Who's the
fine.
obsessed
You know,
one?
if it's fine of his phone plans and everything, it has been for a long time. Nobody's like, oh, what are you doing? But we have to make the okay. There go the 10 seconds for the two idiots, Tony and Broken. The same day, I knew about the fucking Murray, but the Tony is sad. It's sad. Well, not really, but
It's not written in stone though. Things
no,
change.
it's not sad. I'm gonna promote him every day. Like now that he's gonna live in our hearts because every day I'll put.
It's all part of his plan, probably. He got you working for him in the end.
That's it. Okay.
Oh,
Good read, guys.
God.
We have the Herbie Baby. Oh, we have. Okay. Let's nail it at 3 exact hours. How you feel like that?
Okay, that's good. All right, so that's
Or
5
should we
minutes.
Or should we, but if we start saying like, then we destroy it. We don't want to
Okay.
put our luck. This has been an amazing
It
stream.
has. It's been brilliant. Thank you to everyone for coming and seeing it, because obviously it's going, isn't it? But yeah, that was awesome. And it was totally obviously needed to happen at that time for everyone to come together and talk. And yes, Tony, you know, on Wikipedia or wherever or in the law, yes, it is whatever. I'm sure you could specifically say something, but like Slotham says, what are the police actually going to do about it if you did ring them?
Murray the cupcake. Either no, yeah, I know what you mean exactly.
Yeah, well, Murray, the only kisses you're getting from me now are Glasgow kisses. So that's it.
They're all getting that. Surprisingly, I thought Bob would be here, but
Yes.
I think he
Sorry,
got
Mark.
orders from his superiors.
Yes, maybe you did. Yeah, because I mean, like when Tony said,
Oh, she said, "What? Okay, I'm doing the Dean impression of people." You know,
"Oh yeah,
he say, "What? Oh my God, I'm going to
Yeah.
Evil Dreams and tell him that I'm never going again because his girlfriend, so-called dirty hands, told you that what are you doing on Evil's chats? Okay, I'm gonna go the doxing way, honey, and no one's gonna stop us, all right? No one's gonna insult to you're my bottom bitch for a reason, and you're gonna keep up being my bottom bitch, honey. I mean, I'm not you, and you know.
no, they would.
You know what, Tony and what's his name? Bob. Just in case people didn't get the joke, it was about.
They will do it. They would. They would. I
It's a
reckon
joke.
they
I've
would.
been watching too much American Dad and Family Guy.
But they would. I reckon they would probably flip. Even I'm not saying they would specifically do it on the Bob instance because I think Albo was like particularly strong about the Bob thing. But like you know, they've shown no integrity really with any of their stuff. Oh right, okay. Well, yeah, we're just talking shit anyway. Just make it up.
Oh, wait. You think I'm gonna do that? No, I'm gonna privatize it before we finish it.
Ooh.
But how can you do that? Yeah, I'm gonna do it in front of your face.
It's been said before and it'll be said again. It's evil streams, not nicey streams.
And it's at 666 views. Oh God, we had the number of the views. This is the moment. It's
666
now. Okay, say goodbye, honey, because
All right.
it's going down.
Bye, honey.
Let's
Big
do
love, everyone.
Let's do the I love you, pumpkin.
I love you, honey bunny.
If any of you motherfucking pigs move, and I'll execute every motherfucking last one of you.
What he said.